up, the body rock. right, what's going on, everybody? How we doing today? We have a special Saturday stream if the internet holds up. RJ the DJ with you. Connection issues have been poor here apparently this July 4th weekend. Still looking pretty poor. Don't know if I'm even going to be able to get through this or not. Trying to keep things from cutting out in and out, but not looking so great so far. It's coming back a little bit, but nothing I can do about it out here. Hopefully we'll see if we can hold up. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll let you know. I know if it looks poor, I apologize, but did want to get you a special Saturday stream today if we can work it out. Otherwise we'd be back on Monday or next week, something. I don't know when. But RJ DJ back with you. These Expos are in the middle of a 4-game series with the Texas Rangers. They split 2-2. We'll have 2 games for you today, the final 2 of the series. It's been a great first 2 games against these Rangers. Last one we left off was a 9-3 win over the Rangers. A Mark Hanna 2-home run day is never bad, and a 2-home run day by Gary Sanchez wasn't bad at all. I think Sean Rodriguez popped one in there as well. So a great series. That game 1 was amazing. If you didn't see that, go back and take a look at that. It was an 11-9 win over the Rangers in that game 1. A lot of offense back and forth it went. Cody Sedlock got the win in that one. So we got 2 more if, like I said, if things hold today. Trying to keep an eye on it. It's not running smooth. OBS is telling me it is struggling to get running. So I'm sure the quality is poor, and I do apologize for that. But I did want to get these 2 in here because we split the series up. I wanted to give you guys these 2 games today. So hopefully things will hold and we'll carry on. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see if that holds up or not. So I do apologize if it cuts in and out at any time. But we will try to get through it best we can. Today's matchup will be Caleb Smith against Jesus Luzardo, who was acquired by the Rangers from the Athletics. 6-15 this year, not high hopes for anything that he is doing so far this year. Sports stats looks good. Okay, well, we'll carry on. I think it's holding up a little bit better now. When I first started, it was completely just gone. Don't even know how it was running, to be honest with you. The second matchup, a good pitching matchup, Tyler Glasnow against Dane Dunning. If you haven't seen Dane Dunning, in real life, he's not this great. In this game, he no-hit us early in the year when we were at the road to play the Rangers. So I don't know how he did that, but he no-hit us. It was the only team that no-hit us this year. That man, Dane Dunning. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Although I don't think he's getting a no-hitter in Labatt Park. I don't think that's happening. But 14-11 this year with a 3.15 ERA. That'll be a good cap-off to the series. And hey, there's only, 8 more games left in this season. Can you believe we're already almost to the finish line? 116 wins this year. Those 2 wins gave us the tie for the Major League record, 116-38. Probably one of the best winning percentages in baseball I've ever seen, but that ties the record with the 2001 Seattle Mariners and I believe the 1908 Chicago Cubs. Both had 116 wins. We've got 8 games left to play and only need to win 1 more to break that record, so hoping we do that here today on the stream. In the midst of a 3-game winning streak as well, playing 67-9 at home. I've got high hopes that we're going to do it today, so hoping for good things. Glad you could join me today. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I did see a bunch of people were joining on right when I was trying to get things running, so I do apologize if you got tired of waiting. I understand completely. Let's get on with it. Game 3 of this 4-game series. Caleb Smith and Jesus Luzardo. A little bit of tune-up for Caleb Smith. We did make one move. We did send down Chad Pinder just for the time being temporarily and recalled Cody Sedlock back up to keep more arms in the bullpen. And the reason we did that is we were taxed too much. And come towards the end of the season, we're going to have to line up our starters to begin the first round of the playoffs. So right now, as it stands, we're going to have to move Tyler Glasnow and guys over. So we need to have some spot starts by some of our relievers. And hopefully things will hold up before the start of the playoffs. At least we do get a few days off in between, where the Yankees will be playing the Angels in the first round, or the wild card series. They'll be playing in that one-game wild card to see who will play us, basically. And we want the Angels to win that one desperately. The Expos have 15 pitchers. The maximum allowed is 14. Apparently, I can't carry that many. I did not know that. I learned something new today. So, a pitcher's going to have to go down instead. If I'm begging and choosing, I would rather have two starters on the roster, but might not be able to. So I guess Tarek Skubal is going to go back down. Montreal bring the World Series across the border to Canada. I mean, technically they did kind of, as a franchise, they kind of won it as the Nationals, but not really. Yeah, we'd love to bring one to the border. Last time that happened in Canada would be 1993. The Toronto Blue Jays did that one. So I guess Chad Pinder gets to come back up. Unfortunately, couldn't have 15 pitchers on the roster. I learned something new today. So there you go. We'll go ahead and make sure that's ready to go. So at least, if anything, we'll figure that out. We'll spot start guys with the roster the way we need to coming up here shortly. We'll figure it out when we get there. But last few games coming up here, that is for sure. So here we go. Game number 3. We won't waste any more time here before everything just goes crashing down and burning. Jesus Luzardo and Caleb Smith. Glad you could join me here on this special Saturday. Hope you're having a great July 4th weekend. Hope you enjoy festivities tomorrow. Be safe. Please do be safe. Blue Jays against the Phillies or Braves. The Phillies aren't going to be making the... are you talking about for the last World Series for the Blue Jays? It was against the Phillies in 93. It was against the Braves in 92. 93 was that Joe Carter walk-off to win that whole thing in 93. That was an amazing moment. Labatt Park doesn't have overcast skies, so we're going to keep it partly cloudy. That's the best we can do. They don't carry overcast skies. They just have sunny or partly cloudy, and that's it. Caleb Smith on the mound. The bullpen should hold up today. I think we'll be all right, as long as he doesn't get blown out again by Joey Gallo and company. Looking at the lineup, I think the lineup will be good to go. It's a lefty on the mound, so Sean Rodriguez automatically comes to mind. We want to pencil him in there somewhere. And your dad was at that game? Very cool. That's awesome. That is really interesting. Had to have been a hell of a atmosphere out there in Toronto. Crazy stuff going on. So I think maybe we'll give... Gary Sanchez just came off of 2 home runs. I'd like to have him play one more and then sit in game 4. Where are we throwing Sean Rodriguez? I guess we'll rest Matt Kemp. We'll throw Sean Rodriguez out. Yeah, we'll try Sean Rodriguez out in left field. Can't be too bad. Matt Kemp plays out there all the time, so can't be that horribly. So Wellington Castillo will get a start as the DH today. I think we're ready to go. Let's play some ball, finally. We waited long enough. I do apologize, like I said, for the connection issues. Still not showing very good numbers for me, but we'll try to get through it. If we have to pause, we'll do so. I'll keep an eye on things. But here we go with game number 3 of this 4-game series. Let's play some ball.
Le baseball Labatt des Expos. Une présentation des agents et détaillants SO du Canada. Xerox Canada. Xerox, on répond à vos besoins. Et de Labatt 50, une bière soigneusement brassée par Labatt, la grande brasserie canadienne.
All right, here we go. No, stop. Stop it. Oh, geez, here we go. Oh, well, good enough. Here we are, Labatt Park. Special Saturday stream for you today. We'll finish up this 4-game series with the Rangers. So far, so good. First 2 games are the Expos in some high-powered offense. We'll see Donovan Solano and company take the field. For these Expos, Caleb Smith coming off of a loss, I believe, last time out. If I'm not mistaken, or was a no decision, one of the two. Pitched well, though. He always pitches well in the games. 3.09 ERA. He's just got to limit the hard damage a bit. Good strikeout numbers, though. Starting things off for these Rangers will be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, one of the best names in baseball. We'll get you the rest of the lineup here for the Rangers. It's Kiner-Falefa at third base. Delino DeShields Jr., first start for him in this series. He's out in center field. David Dahl, who's had some pretty key hits so far, is in left field. Joey Gallo, the light tower power, is in right field. Charlie Culberson bumped up to fifth in the order. He's a shortstop. Nate Lau, who has been a doubles machine, at first base today. Brock Holt, the DH. Bubba Thompson, one of the custom players. He's the DH. And Jose Trevino has had a few key hits in this series as well. He's the catcher for Jesus Luzardo today, formerly of the Oakland A's. So here we go. I think we're ready to go. We'll, like I said, if there's connection issues, I do apologize, but it looks to be hanging on for dear life right now, and away we go. From Labatt Park, first pitch from Caleb Smith to Kiner-Falefa, and right off the bat out to right field, and Franmil Reyes makes the catch for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 away. Delino DeShields Jr. will be manning center field. He's the batter coming up right now. Of course, he is a second-generation player. Delino DeShields Sr., I remember well as a member of the Dodger organization back in the day. 90s baseball. And he's not wasting any time. Out to right field. That's going to go foul. And 0-1 to DeShields Jr. So Caleb Smith, a little bit of tune-up work here against the Rangers in 4th place in the AL West. Not making much noise, but they do bring the pop in that lineup. It's their pitching that doesn't hold up. It's kind of like the Angels situation. They are stacked in the lineup. They provide the noise. 2-1, 59 degrees, partly cloudy skies, so don't know if many are partaking in the pool, but it is a full crowd here for the last homestand of the year. Mark Canha will make the play over at third, quickly 2 away for Caleb Smith and the Expos. Like I said, glad you could join me today, this special Saturday. David Dahl will be the hitter. Of course, we've talked about him. Slumping a little bit in the month of September, but 280 overall, 20 home runs, and 62 RBIs. He's had some big hits so far here, even against lefties, and he's seen a lefty here in Caleb Smith. Second out, pop-up. The shift was on, so Canha's got to go a long way to get to it. Can he? He cannot. Can Canha? Ugh. He was positioned regularly. That would have been the third out. Is that going to come back to burn them? Instead, it's a foul ball right by the coach's box. And fouled away quickly, 0-2. See if Caleb Smith can finish him off here in the first. Here's the 0-2. Checks his swing. Didn't go. Thought about it. Joey Gallo on deck. You want to get Dahl here. That's popped up, and same situation, except this time it's fair, and it's going to be an infield single. They had the shift played on. Canha was positioned like a shortstop, and he beats the shift with an infield single. He could have bunted it down the third base line and got on first. So the miscue in foul territory comes back to burn him, and now an infield single. The batter is Joey Gallo. The inning will continue. Joey Gallo had a 2-home run day in Game 1. He tacked on one more in Game 2. He is on a mission right now. He'll take a strike, 0-2. Caleb Smith trying to retire the side here, but it's a tough battle. Joey Gallo, a very tough out. 0-2 again. Fastball inside, 1-2. Dahl, the runner on first. Gallo takes a ball outside, 2-2. Not getting a call on that outside corner. Try again with something else. Fastball again, swung on and missed down low. They do get Gallo and retire the side. It took a little bit more work than they wanted to, but Caleb Smith as a scoreless first. We're going to the bottom of the first. This high Expo powered offense coming to bat right here on the show. They will face the lefty Jesus Luzardo, and lefties have not fared well in this ballpark if you're an opposing pitcher. 6-15 this year, 5.23 ERA. Guys have been teeing off, especially good hitters against lefties like Matt Kemp and Sean Rodriguez. So we'll see how he fares and if he can get out of the second inning or even the first today. Leading things off will be Randy Rosarena, 41 home runs for him. A couple leadoff home runs to begin ball games. He's always known for that. 279 hitter. He's in that home run race, fifth in the American League home run race led by Mark Canha. First pitch to a Rosarena, fastball down the middle, wasting no time. That's going out to the Shields in center. So right up the middle, no problem for a Rosarena. Some speed on the bags here to begin the first. They're going to pile on the runs early. Donovan Solano be the hitter. Got a home run in game one. Early in that ball game, inning number 2. Part of that 6 home runs for the Expos in that game. Crazy game. If you haven't checked that out, go check that. That was amazing. Takes a called strike here from Luzardo, 0-1. The Rosarena runner on first. Mark Canha on deck, of course, coming off of 2 home runs. He'd like to keep adding to that. As the season winds down, a chance for him to get maybe 60 home runs this year. Patrick Johnson, your home plate umpire. Don't know too much about him. Swing and a miss by Solano, way up high. Boy, that touched 98 on that fastball. Luzardo's got that. Got a changeup, curveball, and sinker he can go to at any time as well. Here's the 1-2 from Luzardo. Fastball again up high, and Solano can't lay off. Swung on and missed. So that's a first out and first strikeout for Luzardo here in the first. Batter will be Mark Canha. Of course, we know about his resume. 262 hitter now, 59 home runs, 114 RBIs. What an all-star year he has had. Looking for home run number 60 before the season ends. He's got a good shot at that and maybe more. Wouldn't that be something? Luzardo looks into a Rosarena and fires a fastball down the middle, but Canha not up to it yet. A little late on it, and 0-1. Gotta be wary of the double play ball. Of course, 23 double plays have been made by Mark Canha. That is way too many. And that's out to right field, foul, 0-2. He's gonna have to limit that today. He's kind of been all or nothing at the moment. He'll check on a Rosarena over at first, make sure he's not going 0-2. On deck, of course, Franmil Reyes. Seeing the ball pretty well as well. There's the 0-2 from Luzardo to Canha, lays off. Ball gets away from Trevino a little bit, but not far enough for Rosarena to move. 6-year career for Mark Canha, 131 home runs, and he's hit half of them this year. Opposite field shot out to right. That's going to get out of play and hop over the wall. Still 1-2. He is on another level this year. Of course, thanks to that short porch ballpark. Labatt taking full advantage and fouled away again, staying alive. 1-2. Like I said, another good crowd here in Montreal. They've come in nice and early, too. Already ready to go. They're in playoff atmosphere. They're ready. I know everybody else is ready. I'm ready. I got to get there first. Tickets have already been bought for that series. It's going to be a wild series. Home field advantage for the Expos. They just don't know who they're playing yet. Fouled off again by Canha. Good battle here with Luzardo with 1 out in the first. Just getting underway from Labatt. This is game 3 of the 4-game series. We split it up to 2 parts. And takes low 2-2. 8-pitch at bat so far, so even if he grounds to a double play, you got to run that pitch count up a little bit on Luzardo first. Checking on a Rosarena still. He doesn't run very often as a member of the Expos. He did as a member of the Rays. They don't do many stolen bases. Inside, lays off. Good take by Canna, and now full 3-2. Maybe an opportunity here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what a Rosarena may be thinking. Here's a 3-2 to Canna. He's going on the pitch, and it's popped up foul territory. He's going to send back. It might have been a hit and run on the mind of manager Brandon Hyde. Not very often you see that. Trying to get the runner in motion, maybe avoid a double play. He's going to do it again, and it's going to be swung on and missed, and now Rosarena's toast at second. No, he's in there! How did he get past? The hit and run was on. He didn't get a very big lead. He was just off on the play to try to avoid a double play. Canna struck out, but Rosarena was able to hang on and get in there with a stolen base. So that may be the second stolen base in the entire season for the Expos. Randy Rosarena's got a few of them this year. So that worked out. Canna did strike out, but it did move the runner up to second now in scoring position for Franmil Reyes. Franmil hitting .288. It looks at a ball inside, 1-0. So yin and yang, I guess you could say. Rosarena on, but now 2 outs. And fouled away by Franmil, 1-1. I'd like to turn it on here in the first. Luzardo wasting a lot of pitches to get there right now. Popped up in foul territory, out of play. 19 pitches for Luzardo. Next one will be number 20, so at least throw 20 here in the inning. Rosarena would love to come in home on a base hit. Here's the pitch to Reyes. Swung on and missed. That's back-to-back strikeouts against the power in the lineup. Actually, 3 consecutive going back to Donovan Solano. So puts a man on and strikes out the next 3. We go to the top of the second. No score from Montreal. Hope that everything is holding up on the stream. I'm kind of taking a look at it. It's a little bad, but looks like it's holding up so far. Charlie Culberson will lead things off. 5, 6, and 7 for the Rangers. They've shaken up the lineup a little bit. Bumped Culberson up. He's 1 for 6 against Smith lifetime with 2 strikeouts. Hitting .239 this year. He got a couple home runs to his name. He looks at a strike 0-2. Man on deck, Nate Lau, has been on a tear in this ballpark since the beginning of the series. That's a ground ball over to first. That'll be Austin Nola playing over there. Will take it, and 1 away.
That is it. The first baseman, Low.
I'm going to try one more thing to maybe help out the internet a little bit. I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 second to do that. I'll be right back, guys. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do any better, but trying to give things a try. I'm not happy with the way it's looking. It's going to cut out at some point, unfortunately. But we'll play on. We'll carry on. We'll see how it works. Nate Lau, the hitter. Caleb Smith. 1 out here in the second. No score from Labatt Park, and delivers a strike 0-1. Nate Lau on a tear right now in Labatt. A double and RBI machine at the moment. 226, 17 home runs. 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI yesterday. We'll take a look at one, and 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup, of course, but that has meant nothing to the Rangers. They hit well against lefties. Doesn't matter what side they're on. They throw, about 4 consecutive lefties in the lineup. They're not worried about it. And so far, it's been paying off. They've been hitting really well. The one time they've thrown Culberson in between the lineup. Swing and a miss. They'll get Lau this time. Good start for Caleb Smith. 2 outs here in the second with his second strikeout.
The second baseman, Brock.
Second baseman Brock Holt, another lefty in that lineup, will stand in. He's hitting .287, having a solid year, getting a full-time start. Originally from the Boston Red Sox. 12 home runs, 42 RBIs this year. Caleb Smith going to work, 1-0. It's going to be fouled away, 1-1. Glad you could join us on this special Saturday. Hope you're having a great July 4th weekend. Boy, the playoffs are so near, you can almost feel it. The playoff atmosphere, just not a playoff caliber team we're playing. Out to center, Rosarena is going to come on in. He's got to come in a long way, but he'll catch up to it. And that will be the third out of the second. So a great start, 2 scoreless from Caleb Smith. We'll go to the bottom of the second, still looking for our first runs of the game. No score. Gary Sanchez will start things off. Of course, he's coming off a 2-home run game in Game 2. 30 home runs this year, 260 hitter. He always brings the pop in the lineup. He'll face Luzardo, who took 20 pitches to get through that first inning, but did strike out 3. And first pitch going to be a grounder to Kiner Falefa at third. Bobbled a bit, but plenty of time to get the slow Gary Sanchez at first. Quickly one away. Defensively, here it is for you. David Dahl, DeShields, and Gallo out in the outfield. Gold Glover, Kiner Falefa, you just saw there last season. He's at third. Culberson, Brock Holt, and Nate Lau at first. And Jose Trevino playing good offensively. He's the catcher today. Here's a good batter against lefty, Sean Rodriguez. Anytime you see a lefty in the line or in the rotation, you see Sean Rodriguez penciled in somewhere. He's in left field today. Hitting .273. He swings and misses that one. And 0-2. We'll see Matt Kemp on deck. Or excuse me, we'll see Nola on deck. Kemp is off today. Coming off a 3-home run game in game number 1. So taking a little breather, even with the lefty. That's going to be rocketed back up the middle for Sean Rodriguez. A base hit. Now 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the order will try to make some noise here against Luzardo. Sean Rodriguez always finds a way to hit lefties pretty well. Nola the batter, up in that average to .225. He's now no longer all or nothing. He's finding some key hits lately. And an RBI just yesterday. .225, 12 home runs, 43 RBIs. Starting to settle in a bit, getting ready for the playoffs. Guys are hitting timely right now. That's up the middle, though. That is not timely. That's 6-4-3. And that ends the inning on the double play pulled by the Rangers. Of course, that's the Expos kryptonite. That ends the inning with Rodriguez stranded out on the bases. We go to the third. No score. The better bounce back inning for Jesus Luzardo. Caleb Smith will go to work against the Rangers. 2 scoreless so far. 27 pitches thrown. That's now 28. A strike called to Bubba Thompson. He's the DH today. 7 home runs for Bubba Thompson. He's a custom ball player. That's hit out to center field. That'll be a Rosarena. No problem for him. We'll retire Thompson. 1 out here in the third. So 7 up, 7 down. You see the AL East standings. I don't know why they show them. The only good news is the next win will be win number 117. That'll be the record this year. That'll be the Major League record for most wins in a season. Jose Trevino hitting on the Mendoza line. 200, but hitting really good ball right now. A couple of home runs. And pops up the first pitch right at a Rosarena as well. He's staying busy out there for the third, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman,
Back to the top of the order, it's kind of Falefa. He flied out back in the first, make him 0 for 1, 3-11 in this series. Takes a strike, 0-1. I do apologize. The Rangers did get a hit, so it's not 7 up or 8 up, 8 down. They did give up 1 hit. And that was to David Dahl in the first. Ground ball, that's gonna maybe get through. No, Hernandez spears it, throws it over in time. Cesar Hernandez, dazzling plays at shortstop all the time and ends the inning. Didn't think he'd catch up to that. No score as we go to the bottom of the third. Wellington Castillo getting the start today, and that average unfortunately has dipped below 300 for the first time this year. But 19 home runs, 44 RBIs, always a dangerous customer. He is the DH today. He'll probably get the start at catcher tomorrow. Throwing him in against the lefty Luzardo. And first pitch changeup up high, swung on and missed. So it'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the order. We'll see Cesar Hernandez, who just made that dazzling play, and then back to a Rosarena in the top of the lineup. 30th pitch coming from Luzardo was a better bounce back second inning. He's only given up 2 hits so far, so not too shabby, but got out of it with a double play thanks to his friends. 4-6-3. Castillo down 0-2, and that's going to be to Rockhold at second base, and makes the play 1 away. Luzardo's maybe starting to settle in. One more game against the Rangers today. That'll be part of our 2-game stream today. And we'll be back to you next week with the Red Sox and Jays. That'll be the final ending to this season. The 3 games with the Red Sox will be the final 3 games of the regular season at home, and 3 in Toronto. Don't know when those games will be. Stay tuned for that, because we might not have a full schedule next week. My wife's going to be off, so we'll be spending some time together finally. So we'll be doing some other stuff as well. So probably won't be a full schedule next week. I know you guys are really waiting for these playoffs to come. But stay tuned for it. We'll have the schedule posted on Twitch to let you know what's going on. So again, I do apologize. I know you're waiting for the playoffs, everything like that. Life does get in the way sometimes. So looking to spend some time there, and we'll get back to this soon, I promise. That'll be out to right field. Joey Gallo will make the play, 2 away. So yeah, stay tuned for that schedule for next week. We'll be taking a little bit of time away. Randy Rosarena will hit. He's 1 for 1 with a single. That was rocketed on the first pitch, right back up the middle off of Luzardo. One of only 2 hits today, though. Swinging and missed 0-1 so far. Luzardo, no problem. Looking to retire the side here. 0-1, fouled away. He's faring much better than his counterparts did. Some rough outings by the Rangers starters today, or this series. 1-2 to Rosarena. Of course, Luzardo, formerly with the Oakland A's, he was acquired mid-season. They bulk up that pitching staff, but didn't matter. And here, instead, though, he gets a strikeout on a Rosarena. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Luzardo. And he's still working with a scoreless game. No score as we go to the 4th. Be Delino to Shields to start things off today. 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the first. Caleb Smith equally pretty good. He's only given up 1 hit so far through the order. And facing him for a second time now. 0-1. Delino DeShields Jr. His daddy played for the Expos at one point as well. Only missed. I could be mistaken. I know he played for the Dodgers. Played for a few teams. 1-2. Amazes me how many second-generation superstars there are these days. And guys that played in the 90s. Fernando Tatis, Vladimir Guerrero, Dante Bichette, Craig Biggio. Out to center field, Rosarena will have a beat on it and make the play. Charlie Hayes, his son, Brian Hayes, now with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Man, he's been on a tear lately. It just amazes me.
The left fielder, David.
Left fielder David Dahl, he's got the only single of the game, 1 for 1. He will be up. One away here in the 4th. Still no score. An unusual Labatt 0-0. Usually it's opened up at this point. 40th pitch from Caleb Smith, and it's fouled away, 1-1. So a pitching duel for the time being, but although it won't end that way. See how this plays out a bit. 2-1. On deck, of course, Joey Gallo. Got to be wary of that. Like to have nobody on at least. Like retired Dahl here. 2-2. That's hit well left field. Going back on it is Sean Rodriguez. He'll have plenty of room and make the catch in front of the warning track for out number 2. So at least they'll face Gallo and nobody on. And 2 outs. Pitch around him a little bit if you need to. He struck out back in the 1st, so that's good news. See what he's looking for here. Caleb Smith looking for a 4th scoreless inning. With just 1 hit given up so far. Not too shabby. A little tune-up for the playoffs. Of course, we don't know if he'll be a starter or a reliever, but he's putting on some really good starting performances, so we don't know just yet what kind of role he will be in. They need good lefties out of that pen. Swung out and miss. They're going to get Gallo for a 2nd time. So 4 scoreless and 1 hit given up by Caleb Smith. Not too shabby. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score from Labatt. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Donovan Solano will start things off. He struck out back in the 1st. Part of 3 strikeouts in that 1st inning for Luzardo. And first pitch ball outside, 1-0. Faced Canna and Reyes, who all struck out. Luzardo, 40th pitch, maybe in a groove at the moment. He's only given up 2 hits. Not too shabby so far. Sean Rodriguez and Rosarena, the only 2 hits so far today. That's hit well by Donovan Solano out to left. And Dahl will have a beat on it and make the play. So 1 out on the fly out. Batter will be Mark Canna. And of course, part of that strikeout in the 1st. Worked a 12 pitch at bat though. Ran that pitch count up a bit. Not wasting any time here this time. That's up the middle. And a 1 out single for Mark Canna. I'll bring up Franmil Reyes in hopes that they can start getting something on the board. Remember, we are looking for win number 117. That would break the record today if they can pull it off. We'd love to do that at home. They've got a good shot at it. That's going to be a ground ball and maybe another double play. 6-4-3. They've done it again. Franmil Reyes, ground ball. They do the job. Jesus Luzardo figuring out the Expos at the moment. He's got 4 scoreless. No score, a pitching duel. Luzardo and Smith right now. So quickly, top of the 5th we go. No score. Moving along today. We only got 2 games for you, so I don't know what we're going to end up doing. I'm not playing the whole Red Sox series. I know that. I do apologize if it goes fast today. Didn't expect a pitching duel the way we had the first 2 games. 0-2 to Culbertson. See Nate Lau on deck. And it'll be Brock Holt in the lineup. A couple of lefties coming up. Out to center. Rosarena staying busy out there in center. A lot of flyouts coming his way today. He makes the out. And out number 1 here in the 5th. Great start from Caleb Smith so far. He's going to throw pitch number 50 here to Lau. 1 out in the 5th. He struck out last time, and he takes a strike here, 0-1. Can't take him lightly, though. 17 home runs this year. And 0-2 gets that called strike up high. Lau can't believe it. He looked back at the umpire like, you've got to be kidding me. Don't help him out. Here's the 0-2 from Smith. Ground ball. That's going to go just foul. Past first base and Austin Nola. So 0-2. Looking for another punch out of Lau. Lays off 1 and 2. Changeup. And went outside too far. So that's to set something up inside. Fastball inside, a little too far inside. And now 2-2, all even to Nate Lau. One out here in the top of the 5th, still looking for our first run. There it is. I couldn't even open up my mouth. Nate Lau, right field solo shot. His 18th of the year, and now the Rangers on the board on Caleb Smith and the Expos. It's now 1-0 Rangers. So tried to retire him there. Kane worked it back to a 2-2 count and hammered that one out to right. 420 on the distance there, halfway up in right field. So that's just the second hit for the Rangers so far, but they're on the board first. 1-0 to batter Brock Holt. Caleb Smith has put up such good outings with only 1 or 2 runs given up, and has been on the losing end of them because they had no run support to back him up. So, unfortunate as it is, it's 1-0 Texas for the time being. Kind of spoiling the fun for the Expos at the moment. Ground ball, Donovan Solano will make the play on it, 2 away. Of course, they've celebrated the division title, everything like that. They had that walk-off by Harold Castro. That was a big moment for them to win the division. But they want this win. They have to win 1 out of the next 8 games. They definitely want this win. They want to play well against the Rangers, first of all. But they want to break this record. 117 wins would be the most ever in baseball in one season. Last team to do it, the 2001 Seattle Mariners, had 116, and they've tied that with the Stream yesterday. Looking to take the series from the Rangers and maybe go for a sweep, but looking to play spoiler. Texas up 1-0. Bubba Thompson, that's a ground ball to Cesar Hernandez. He'll make the final out here in the 5th. So it's a home run by Nate Lau on a tear at Labatt Park right now. Flexing the muscle here. Just their second hit of the game, and 1-0 the Rangers take the lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Glad you could join me on this special Saturday stream. RJ DJ with you. Hope you're enjoying your 4th of July weekend. Please do be careful this weekend. I know a lot of people are going to be shooting off fireworks today and tomorrow. So do be careful. You know, respect everybody else and what they're doing in your backyard. Respect your neighbors, things like that. Don't let something land on their house, burn their roof. Oh my God. Don't be that person. Gary Sanchez will swing at a strike, 0-1 from Luzardo, who's in a groove right now with a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Boy, fastball looks good coming out of his arm. It's coming at you at a blur and swung and missed up high by Gary Sanchez, now in the hole 0-2. And he's going to have himself a base hit, though, out to center. So hitting right up the middle for timely hits. We'll see if they can avoid a double play this time, though. Batter will be Sean Rodriguez. He's got a single to his name. See if he can put something into orbit here. Retake the lead. 1-0 for the time being. Expos looking to threaten here in the 5th. Fastball up high. That gets away from Trevino. Slow rolling back behind the backstop, and that's going to allow Gary Sanchez to take second. That's a pass ball. That got past Trevino and now set up perfectly. They can avoid the double play. That's a ground ball. Where are they going with it? They're trying to go to third. Sanchez is going to get nabbed at second base. That was a play over to the shortstop, and Sanchez was trying to maybe get him off, and he threw over to third, and they had Sanchez nabbed trying to get back to second. So now in a jam, Rodriguez got to first. It was a base hit. Now it's a base hit from Nola, and now first and second. So now all over the place. due to the base running blunder by Gary Sanchez. Now the situation is 1 out, first and second. A base hit for Austin Nola on the first pitch he saw. Pitching coach Mike Maddox is going to go talk to Luzardo, try to settle him down here. He's thrown 50 pitches so far. The batter, Wellington Castillo. It's been 3 consecutive hits. They do get an out, trying to get Gary Sanchez going back to second base. He was trying to, I guess, play with the shortstop, Charlie Culberson, but it didn't work. That's hit pretty well by Castillo out to center. That's not going to be taggable either. It'll be a catch by Delano DeShields. It'll throw a little offline, but no chance to tag, so it remains first and second and 2 outs. As they're waiting for their first run to come in, they're going to have to rely on Cesar Hernandez, who's hitting from the right side today. A little bit weaker side for him. He's 0 for 1 so far with a flyout. 1 for 9 in this series. Like to turn it on here. Give one a rip. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-1. He flew out to right field last time. Rodriguez, your runner on second. Nola on first. They'd like to get somebody. They'd like to tie this ball game up. Now 0-2 to Hernandez in the hole. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. And swung on and missed. Luzardo gets out of the jam. He gives up 3 hits in the inning and leaves 2 stranded. He has pitched 5 scoreless innings and given up 6 hits, but in his ball game right now, we go to the 6th. Rangers leading things here 1-0.
Leading off for the Rangers.
Caleb Smith staying out for the 6th inning. He's pitched so well so far. Just the home run given up to Lau. Trevino will lead things off. He's the catcher today. 9-1-2 for the Rangers. They're trying to get some length out of their starters before the postseason. See what they decide to do with the rest of the lineup. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be out number 1. 4th strikeout for Caleb Smith today. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa standing in. Looks like Austin Adams will get warm. He'll be joined by Sam Freeman down there. Of course, a lot of lefties in this lineup. You can kind of go either way with it. Change up outside, swung on and missed by Kiner-Falefa. And 0-1. Most likely the last inning for Caleb Smith. He's pitched so well, you'd like to back him up a bit. And that's out by the pool area, going foul, and that'll hop into a pool somewhere out there. Not a splash landing unless it lands on the fly. Had 35 of those this year. We've been keeping track. Surprised there hadn't been more. Swung on and missed by Kiner-Falefa, now 2 away here in the 6th. 5th strikeout for Smith.
Up next for the Rangers, the center fielder.
The idea was that Caleb Smith would be a reliever come to series, but he's been pitching so well lately. Don't know that you can do that. They need good lefties in that pen come playoff time. Be surprising to see what they decide to do. 70th pitch here from Smith, fouled away by DeShields, 0-2. The only reliable lefty they have had so far has been Tim Hill. So we'd like to have at least 2 they can go to down there. Ground ball, that is dive, past the diving. Cesar Hernandez could not catch up to it. And the inning will stay alive. DeShields will have a base hit. The batter will be David Dahl. He's 1 for 2 so far with that home run. Or excuse me, he had a single and a flyout. He's 4 for 11 in the series with a home run, though. Try to keep it going. 1-1. Good speed on first. They may be thinking about a hit and run or a stolen base here. Pitch from Caleb Smith, 2-1. Maybe his last batter of the day, depending on the outcome. Lefty popped up. And Caleb's going to say he's going to take it himself to finish this one off. He called off Gary Sanchez like, nah, let me finish this. I'm done. He'll take the catch and end the inning. So, pretty good outing from Caleb Smith, but on the losing end of this 1-0 ball game, just 1 run given up in 6 innings of work. Jesus Luzardo out dueling him right now. begin the bottom of the 6th. We'll see what they decide to do with the lineup here. It'll be the righty Austin Adams for the 7th inning. So just a 1-0 game. You like the Expos to get back into this somehow. Top of the order to start things off here. They got to make some noise. Rosarena had a single to begin the ball game up the middle. Since then, 1 for 2. All the way 0-1. Lizardo, a losing record. He's lost 15 games this year. Surprising he's coming into Labatt pitching a shutout at the moment. 1-2 to Rosarena. New day, completely different game. The offense has been getting tired. Fastball, that's going to be rocketed out into right by Rosarena, so 2 hits on the day for him. He's seeing Lizardo pretty well. And now some speed on the bases for Donovan Solano. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and fly out. Not usually a double play candidate, but they've got to be wary of that. That's hit pretty well by Solano. Left field, going back is Dahl. Right in front of the warning track makes the catch. The soft fastball gave it a rip out to left, just not enough. And that's 1 away. So a double play candidate standing in Mark Canna. He singled back in the 4th, so seeing a little bit better. He struck out and singled today. See what they decide to do with Canna and Rosarena. They're going to pitch out here. And Rosarena not going. Would love to avoid the double play if possible. Might want to get the Rosarena moving a bit. 2-0 here to Canna. Got to find a way to knock Lizardo out of this game. Get him out of his groove. That's a ground ball back to Lizardo. He's going to try. No, he's going to have to go to first to make the play. We do get Canna at first. It's a force out. And Rosarena will take second.
Now batting, right fielder.
He is in scoring position. A base hit can tie this ball game up from Franmil Reyes. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and ground out today. It was a double play that ended the 4th. Needs a base hit somewhere. All the way on the first one, 0-1. Hard to believe they are being shut out here in the 6th inning. Find a way to break through. Lays off on that one, 1-1. Rosarena, good speed out there. Just a simple base hit would do the job. You want to rip somewhere. Ground ball to third. They're going to get out of it. Roll over in time. Kinefalefa makes the play, and for Lizardo, 6 scoreless innings. Some job he is putting on. The Expos lead in hits, the Rangers lead in runs. 1-0. They have the lead after 6. The 7th inning, new pitcher will face Joey Gallo to begin. It's Austin Adams out of that pen. Adams 3-1, 169 ERA. Even with the lefty Joey Gallo, they'll go to a righty, Adams. Gallo has struck out twice today, 0 for 2. So hoping for more of the same. And a first pitch fastball at 95 for a strike, 0-1. Gallo, Culberson, and Nate Lau with the home run today coming up. For the time being, you got to keep it a 1-0 game while you wait for the offense to come back. Swung on and missed. Gallo has struck out 3 times today. They've got his number finally. And 1 away.
The bat, number 2, shortstop.
So this quick 2 games is really moving quick so far. Hard to believe. And Charlie Culberson will look at a strike, 0-1. He flew out and grounded out. 2 for 10 in this series. He does have a double. But for the most part, just showing off the defense more than anything. That's what he's known for. We'll take a look at a strike, 1-1. The biggest moment I remember from Charlie Culberson as a member of the Dodgers, he had no home runs on the year. It was the end of the 2016 season. Vince Scully was retiring. The last home game at Dodger Stadium, he did this. Homer to left field, and on cue, Charlie Culberson has the Rangers on the board 2-0. I was going to say Culber had homered his first home run of the year to win the game for the Dodgers in that final game against the San Francisco Giants at Dodger Stadium for Vince Scully. It was a big moment to remember. They had clinched the division at the same time off the bat of Charlie Culberson, and does it on cue, unfortunately, as a member of the Rangers here, homers off of Austin Adams. So the unlikeliest of people, although he does have 8 this year, now makes it 2-0. All Rangers today. Nate Lau has the other home run standing in, and he takes the ball 1-0. So maybe I'll shut my big mouth and leave her be. Oh boy. We're gonna miss 1-1. So that's not good news. Caleb Smith had pitched so well he departed with the loss intact unless they can come back. That's unfortunate. The Bats are trying to come to life. 7 hits on the day for the Expos, but 6 men left on base. Adams will get the better of Lau this time with a strikeout. And it's now 2 away here in the 7th. Before we stretch, will be Brock Holt standing in 0 for 2, fly out and ground out on the day. Looks at a ball on a slider outside, just a little cement mixer. 1-0. Oh my goodness. It's the weekend, folks. Fastball 1-1. Like I said, hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy your July 4th weekend. Be very safe. Don't want to see any casualties. 1-2. Respect your neighbors. You know, if you're shooting something up in your backyard, don't let it fall at your neighbor's house. Did that hit Brock Holt? It did. And he's going to take first. Didn't really try to get out of the way at all. He kind of leaned into it. But they're going to say he got hit and he'll take first. So the inning stays alive. The batter, Bubba Thompson, and fouls it away. 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today. It's been a fly out and ground out to his name. But 1 run in here in the 7th for the Rangers off the bat of Charlie Culberson. And right now, 2 home runs has the Rangers up 2-0. Swung on and missed by Thompson, 1-2. Are the Expos looking for another flare of the dramatic? We will see. The comeback kids of Quebec don't normally lose at home often. Swing and a miss by Thompson. That will end the inning. But like we said, Charlie Culberson goes yard out to left. Just his 8th home run of the year. It's 2-0. Rangers in front as we stretch. We'll be back in 60. Won't miss the action. We'll be right back.
Leading up for Montreal, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
All right, RJ DJ back with you from Labatt Park, beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Weather's starting to cool down a little bit. Feels like October baseball coming up soon, but unfortunately for the Expos on the losing end at the moment, they are down 2-0. You see Cody Sedlock down in there in the pen. He's been very reliable so far this year. Just a .93 ERA. He gave up his first run off a home run by Gio Urshela in his major league debut, and since then has pitched 9 scoreless innings. Hard to believe. Leading things off against Luzardo, who's in a groove. Gary Sanchez, 1 for 2. Look at a ball, 1-0. They have yet to fully tap into the run column off Luzardo. They have 7 hits off of him, but 6 men have been stranded on base thanks to a lot of ground balls. So can't fully get in front yet. The home run ball has been non-existent for the Expos at least. 2 home runs for the Rangers today. The bat of Nate Lau and Charlie Culberson have done that today. 2 solo shots. The 70th pitch coming from Luzardo. 1-2 here to Gary Sanchez. And that's fouled away to stay alive. 1-2. We'll see Sean Rodriguez and Austin Nola coming up. 1-2 inside. Backs off Gary Sanchez a bit. It'll be 2-2. So still looking. Got to find some runs somewhere and put together some timely hits. It's hit well by Sanchez out to right. Going back on it by Triples Alley is Gallo. He makes a catch in the corner. He had to go around the corner to make the catch on that one. Boy, what a play by Gallo. That's a ball you want the center fielder to make, but Gallo followed it the whole way. Almost out. That was in Triples Alley. Right next to that high brick wall. And Gallo hung on to make the catch. What a play to hang with it. He literally had to go around the wall to make the catch. Swing and a miss by Sean Rodriguez. Now 1-1 to him. 1 out here in the 7th. He's 2 for 2. A perfect 2 singles on the day. Swing and miss now 1-2. So he's had Luzardo's number. No problem. Just nobody backing him up. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Trevino will have to throw down to first, but he does, no problem. And now 2 outs here in the 7th, looking for another scoreless frame. On the cusp of another 1-2-3 inning for Luzardo. Where is this coming from? Austin Nola 1 for 2. Grounded into a double play and later singled in the 5th. Try to keep this 7th alive. Swing and missed 0-1. Boy, maybe a mistake not having Matt Kemp in the lineup today. He terrorizes lefty pitching. Maybe we'll see him come up here pinch hitting. Fouled off by Nola, now 0-2. Strike away from 7 scoreless and 7 hits given up, but doing the damage. Hit well by Nola out to left field and going to go out of play. No chance for Dahl. 0-2. 80th pitch coming from Luzardo. Into Nola. He'll lay off 1-2. Curveball inside. Could not finish him off. On deck, if he can reach, is Wellington Castillo. Here's the 1-2 to Nola, staying alive with a foul ball. So hard to believe all the numbers they have put up in this series so far. No score by the Expos today. Fouled away by Nola. Looked like it hit the catcher, Trevino. Hopefully he's okay over there. Hit the ground and then right at him. There's the 1-2. Lays off. 2-2. Hey, Evil Dragons, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your July 4th weekend. We're not enjoying this right now. We're down 2-0 to Jesus Luzardo and the Rangers. And he gets a swing and miss on Austin Nola to end the inning. That's 7 scoreless from Luzardo. He's given up the hits, but not the runs. 2-0 Rangers hanging on as we've played 7. Jose Trevino will lead things off. It's going to be Cody Sedlock making just his 5th appearance in the majors coming on in. But as we mentioned, he's only given up 1 run in 9 2/3 of an inning. So not too shabby kind of work for him. 8 strikeouts and 1 walk. Pitching pretty well at the moment. And they're going to try to ride the hot hand at the time being. Try to give the rest of the bullpen a little bit of a rest. He's a starter by trade. So he might have a few spot starts before the end of the year. Attendance 44,733. Just shy of 45 as they're ready for playoff baseball. That's coming up soon. 7 more games to play. That's hit well, though, by Trevino. Going out is a Rosarena to right center. He's not going to have a play on it. They're going to wait for it to come off the wall. Trevino's going to have a leadoff double here to begin the 8th. So they're having no problems hitting it out deep. Trevino a double. That is a 6-game hitting streak for him. He's on a tear. Turns the lineup over. It would be Kiner Falefa 0 for 3 today, looking in on a strike from Sedlock 0-1. He flew out, grounded out, and struck out so far today. Sedlock trying to keep it a 2-0 game for the time being, but Rangers keep piling it on. Right now, 2 solo home runs have done the job. They're looking for a few more hits to get some insurance before they go. Of course, they know the Expos can come back at any time. They love it when they face relievers late in the game, and they're a flair for the dramatic. They may come back, but we'll see. They got to get there first. Comebacker to Sedlock, but it's going to get past him. Speared by Hernandez behind him, and makes the play to at least get the runner at first. Kiner Falefa. So 1 away. That advances Trevino over to third. Now a chance to drive him in and get a timely insurance run. Delino DeShields Jr. will be the batter, 1 for 3 today. He singled last time up back in the 6th. To the strike here, 0-1. So they're going to have to work their way out of this to avoid the runner coming in 90 feet away. On deck is David Dahl. He's 1 for 3 today. Looming is Joey Gallo. Swung and a miss by DeShields, and that's now 2 away. They face Gallo. Gonna look for that last out of the 8th. Cody Sedlock gets the punch out there. So Dahl singled back in the 1st, has since then has flied out and popped up. Still the runner on 3rd. 2 away, a chance, a base hit will do the job. And looks at a strike, 0-1. Sedlock may have the 8th and the 9th, we'll see. 1-1 here to Dahl. 2-0 your ball game for the time being. Red Sox on an 8-game streak. Is that real life or is that you playing? I think they are on an 8-game winning streak last I saw. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. They're trying to hang tough in the AL East. The Yankees aren't doing anything. They've got to find some trades at the trade deadline to get going. And the rest of the division's pretty dismal. Yeah, real life. Yeah, I thought so. Dahl will swing and miss. They're going to strand the runner at 3rd. So a good inning of work for Cody Sedlock to get out of the jam and keep it a 2-run game. They've got to wait for the bats to come to life. They're running out of outs. Bottom of the 8th we go, 2-0. Yeah, that division has been pretty dismal this year, except for like the Rays trying to hang tough. So we'll see. Good chance for the Red Sox. Take that AL East. So Luzardo back out there. 84 pitches thrown. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Wellington Castillo will start things off looking for 2 runs. And needs to at least need 1 run here in the 8th and maybe 1 in the 9th to tie it back up. They have got to knock Luzardo out of this game. That's rocketed out to center, but that's going to be right at Delino DeShields Jr. And makes the first out of the 8th, 1 away.
The batter, number 7.
Cesar Hernandez, the batter, with him being right-handed, they're going to go to somebody else to try to knock him off a bit. Thinking about Matt Kemp and then maybe moving. Who's in the outfield? Sean Rodriguez? Yeah, we'll do that. Matt Kemp is going to pinch hit here. Try to spark this lineup a bit. He is a good hitter against lefties and needs to get it going. 301 average, 37 home runs, 75 RBIs. In game 1, he had a 3 home run game, so looking for more of the dramatic here. And he's going to have a ground ball on the first pitch to Culbertson, doesn't do the job. And now quickly 2 away for Luzardo and the Rangers here in the 8th. Boy, he might have a chance to go a complete game. The batter will be a Rosarena, and he's got 2 hits on the day off of Jesus. That came in the 1st and the 6th. So he's seeing it well against him, just no power to it, both singles. Luzardo looking for 8 scoreless innings here at Labatt Park. I didn't know that was possible. They'll try to even this series up. The Expos take the first 2 games pretty convincingly. And here are the Rangers flexing some muscle and keeping the Expos scoreless. What a performance by Luzardo. 90 pitches so far, so we don't know if he'll be out for the ninth, but why not? That may be a splash landing out to left. That's going to fall just in front of it in the stands, out of play. 0-2 to a Rosarena. If he can reach, we'll see Donovan Solano come up. Here's the 0-2. That's hit well by Rosarena. That's going to finally get him on the board to left field and way gone. Randy Rosarena makes it a 2-1 ball game. The Expos finally on the board as they come through in the eighth. So like we said, they at least needed one in the eighth, maybe one in the ninth to tie this one up. Maybe, just maybe, they'll keep it going here and knock Luzardo out of the game beforehand. A little bit of two-out hitting. A Rosarena, excuse me, Rosarena has had no problem with Luzardo today. 2 singles, and now this monster shot out to left center. No chance to get a ball on that one. Oh my goodness, where did that land? Second deck. Now that is going to be the ball that knocks Luzardo out of the game. He's going to leave with the win intact for the time being. But can the bullpen hold on? Manager Chris Woodward will come get him. He will depart. Some performance he put on. He could not get the last out of the eighth. So 7 2/3 with just the home run given up. It'll be Jonathan Hernandez out of that bullpen. 1-2 with a 2.51 ERA. He's given up a little bit of hits against lefties and righties. Got good strikeout numbers though. Donovan Solano. It's 2 outs here in the eighth. He's 0 for 3 today, but now maybe some new life. Maybe they're thinking, boy, new pitcher out there. Boy, let's get the job done. Look at a strike, 0-1. The game now pretty close. Thinking about maybe, just maybe, going to somebody else. Tyler Rogers will warm, but I think Cody Sedlock may go back out there. 2-1 for the time being. Actually, we would need somebody for the ninth if they tie it or not. Maybe we'll warm up Roberto Ozuna just in case. We're in the bottom of the eighth. 1-1 here to Solano. We'll lay off 2-1. We'll try to get a look at Hernandez. Name of the game, try to get on. Let Canna do the job. He can put him in front. Here's the 2-1. Lays off. It's 3-1. So just maybe a chance here with 2 outs to extend the inning. What's my predictions in the World Series? You talking about the game or are you talking about for real life? Because that's 2 completely different things. Give me a second here. Swung on and missed by Solano. That ends the inning. So Hernandez gets out of it. But Randy Rosarena puts a run on the board with his solo shot to left center. We've played 8. Now it's 2-1 as we go to the ninth. Real life. Okay, real life. Well, first of all, I think the Dodgers will retake the division over the Giants here shortly, and will probably start running away in the second half, and it'll be more, the Giants will probably fall to third, and it'll probably be the Dodgers and Padres battling it out in the West. My prediction is that the Dodgers will advance to the World Series. There shouldn't be any doubt with that. The Padres may be the only team that may give them a run for it, but they were able to do that last year and got through the Padres pretty easily. They swept them. So I'm thinking Dodgers on one side, the American League looking like probably the Red Sox. I like the Red Sox chances this year, playing good ball. If it's not the Red Sox, it's going to be probably the Astros. I hate to say it, but I like the Red Sox chances. They're going to need to bulk up that bullpen, I think, a bit, though, in the trade deadline. They got to be buyers at the deadline. But can't fault what they're doing right now. So I like a Dodgers and Red Sox rematch of 2018, to be honest with you. But not the same finish. We don't want the same finish as that. That's what I'm thinking in real life. In this game, I don't know. I really think if we have to play the Yankees, we're in trouble. Because I don't know what's going to happen then. Matt Kemp will take over in left field. Sean Rodriguez will take over at second base. They're going to move Donovan Solano over to shortstop. Cody Sedlock's going to stay in the game for the time being. They're going to sit down Roberto Ozuna and leave Tyler Rogers go, just in case they do need somebody. Actually, David Robertson maybe better to warm up. So Joey Gallo will lead things off. He is a recipient of 3 strikeouts today. Let's see if Sedlock can sit him down here in the 9th. It's a 1-run ball game right now. And looking for another scoreless from Cody Sedlock. He pitched a really good 8th inning. Stranded a runner at 3rd. Ground ball by Gallo 0-2. Not the same Gallo we saw at the start of the series where he was going off. They finally had his number. Looking for the golden sombrero here. He's got it out to right center and long gone. Joey Gallo is going to put him back up by 2. It's now 3-1 on the Joey Gallo 29th home run of the year. That is just the first run that Cody Sedlock has given up since his major league debut first pitch. Now, 10 innings ago, Cody Sedlock was in such a run, and now the leadoff home run here to begin the 9th. Batter will be Charlie Culberson. He has a solo home run to his name in the 7th. 3 solo shots by the Rangers today, and they take the 3-1 lead, trying to spoil things for the Expos as they're looking for their 117th win. One more to play today. Another chance to get 117. Otherwise, it'll be sometime next week. The Red Sox will be in for the final 3 games at home of the regular season before the playoffs begin. So we shall see. Here's the 1-2 to Culberson, and he rockets us out to left field. He's going to have his 2nd home run of the game. It's now 4-1. Charlie Culberson, 2 home runs today. They've gotten all their runs off the long ball. Now the Rangers open it up a bit. You say Dodgers versus Red Sox. Red Sox in Game 7. Saying Red Sox will take Game 7 over the Dodgers. Well, we'll see. A lot of things depend on what the hell happens with Trevor Bauer, which I'm not going to get into that kind of talk on here because that just opens up a whole nother can of worms. But it's very unfortunate what is going on right now, and I'm not taking any sides at the moment. They need to figure out what is just going on because it's been crazy with him. So if he's not available, if they suspend him, our chances are dwindling a bit because we don't have enough starters. We'd have to go out and trade for a starter. So I don't know, but we do have 2 big men. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler are putting on some good performances. Urias is doing excellent right now in that rotation. So I don't know. It all depends on if Bauer's going to be there or not because we need him for the playoffs. That is for sure. We need some length from him. We'll see how it goes. So going to go into that bullpen. Going to call on David Robertson to come on in for Cody Sedlock, who gives up back-to-back home runs here to begin the 9th. Joey Gallo and now Charlie Culberson. Batter Nate Lau, 1 for 3 with a homer of his own. Will face Robertson for the 9th. Still nobody out, and now a 4-1 lead by the Rangers. Who saw this? Anybody put their money on this one? But anyways, getting back to it, if Trevor Bauer doesn't pitch through the playoffs, I don't even know if we get that far. Out to left field, Matt Kemp's not going to have a play on it. We need him at least to eat some innings in the playoffs. That is for sure. So say I like the Dodgers' chances, but what happened? I'm not going to talk about it on here. It's a domestic abuse. Well, not domestic, but somebody he met online. Kind of sexual abuse. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can read about it. But he has been suspended by or at least on administrative leave by Major League Baseball for 7 games. So I'm going to leave it there. You can look it up for yourself. The details are all there. But not good news for Trevor Bauer. Might be facing a little bit more than just a suspension by baseball or administrative leave. We'll see. Again, I'm leaving it there. But if he's not available, we'll see. It'll be a tough playoff run for us. Like I said, I do think, like you said, I do think the Red Sox may be in it. I think the Dodgers have a good chance to still be in it regardless. But we will need his arm to get us through, especially if we get to the World Series. That's hit well by Brock Holt. Another home run in this inning. Brock Holt deep out to right field. Another solo shot, and now 5-1. This game has gotten away from the Expos. Boy, playing spoiler today. We saw the Rangers offense come to life in game 1, now on a tear here. That is now 3 home runs in the inning, this time off of Robertson. They're just trying to finish off the inning. It's 1 out here in the 9th. Ground ball by Bubba Thompson. Nola will take it himself out number 2. But now, a 4-run lead by the Rangers. They are going off on 5 solo home runs late in this game. When's the trade deadline on MLB? It's the very end of July, I believe. Just, if it's not the last day of July, it's right next to it. Like the 30th or something like that. It's the last week of July, I know that much. Caught by Kemp, and that finally ends the inning. 5-1 Rangers on 3 home runs this inning. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, chance for the Expos to try to make some noise, though. So yeah, there's a little bit of time. It's after the All-Star break, everything like that. You're going to see some really good players, I think, getting traded. Guys like Trevor Story. Trying to think of some good pitchers that may be on the move. I was thinking of guys like maybe Shane Bieber. I don't know. Guys that, I don't know whose contracts are ending for the most part. There's going to be some good players that are going to be moving around, I think, this trade deadline. Mark Canha will lead things off. It's going to be against Jonathan Hernandez, who came in relief for the 8th inning, finished it off for Jesus Luzardo. Gave up a home run, did Luzardo, but Hernandez has done the job so far and looking to close this one out. It's not a save situation. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Mark Canha will start things off. He's 1 for 3 with a single today. They have got to get the bats going right now. Taylor Hearn and DeMarcus Evans down in the pen, just in case they should need them. The Expos do have a flair of the dramatic, but I think it's a little too much, too late. They want a comeback here. It's the heart of the order, though. Best part of the order you want. Up 3-4-5. We'll see Fran Mill and we'll see Gary Sanchez waiting behind Mark Canha. He fouls it off 1 and 2. Luzardo set the tone with 8 scoreless innings and gave up, or 7 scoreless, and gave up a run in the 8th and had to depart. 71 days until game day. NFL's back. Yeah, that is for sure. It'll be an interesting season. Broken bat by Canha. That's going to be a play by Lau. Shove it over to Hernandez covering first and makes the play to retire Canha. That's a big first out. Line on Luzardo. 8 hits given up, but he only limited it to 1 earned run. That was the home run by Rosarena. 7 strikeouts. Couldn't get the last out of the 8th, but Hernandez is doing that right now here in the 9th. That'll be an interesting NFL season. Fran Mill 0 for 3. Not getting it going today. That's a drive out to left center. That's going to get his first hit of the game. That's going to be off the wall. He's going to take the turn and head for second. So at least not going down just yet. Fran Mill will be aboard. They're going to need more guys on base than just that. That'll be Gary Sanchez. It's a start. Sanchez is 1 for 3. Haven't seen the long ball from him besides a Rosarena today. Gary Sanchez coming off of 2 home runs yesterday. 3 for 10 in this series. Finally coming to life. See if he has one more in him here. With late drama in the 9th. Inside to Sanchez. Backs off 2-0. On deck right now is Rodriguez, although he may be pinch hit for. We shall see. 2-0. Popped up foul territory. 2-1. Franmil not great speed, so it'll take a good drive to send him home. That's hit well by Sanchez. Going on back is Dahl. He doesn't have room. It's gone. 2-run home run, Gary Sanchez. 3 home runs in this series. And hey, making some noise here in the 9th. Now just down by 2. Like we said, that's a start. There is one out. Gary Sanchez will flex some muscle here before he goes. It's now 5-3. That may end the day for Hernandez. Now a save situation. They may try to go to the back end of their pen. Just did clear the wall. So they're going to Jose Leclerc. Yeah, they're going to their closer here to finish this one off. Leclerc is tough business. 3.91 ERA, but has limited the damage against right-handed hitters. 36 saves this year out of 43 opportunities. Sean Rodriguez is the scheduled hitter, but they are going to go to the bench. They're calling on, let's go to Harold Castro. Castro swinging a hot bat right now. He will pinch hit for Sean Rodriguez with the righty coming up. They will go to a lefty. 268 hitter is Harold Castro. Been recipient of some timely hits in the last few days. Will face the big arm in Leclerc as they try to close this one off and finish it. 0-1 on the slider. He's got a fastball that tops out at 100. Slider and changeup and a 2-seamer to complement. Going to take quite a bit still. You're going to need at least a runner on to make things interesting. Never count out the Expos. It's hit well by Castro, but pulled way out in front, 1 and 2. 10 hits by these Expos and just 3 runs, finally, making some noise here late. Fastball by Leclerc, but Castro apparently went. I'm going to call that a swing and miss. So now down to their last out. The batter is Austin Nola, 1 for 3 today with a single. That was back in the 5th inning. They need him to get aboard. Can't win it on his own. He's all fooled right now. 0-1. This game looks to be probably over. 2 runs in the 9th, 1 in the 8th by the Expos, but a little too late. That's a ground ball to Brock Holt, and that should do it. The Rangers take 1 game out of this 4-game series. It's now 2-1 in this series, and they'll look to even it up in Game 4. They've spoiled the fun for the Expos here today. We've got 1 more game for you, the end of this series. Last chance to try to get 117 wins. So if it weren't for the 3 runs in the 9th, maybe the Expos had come back and won it. Instead, they lose things here 5-3 on 5 home runs, 2 by that man, Charlie Culberson. Unbelievably. Late inning drama, Rosarena had a solo shot in the 8th. And a home run by Gary Sanchez in the 9th, but it wasn't enough. The muscle of Texas. The long arm of the law came out for the Rangers. Gary Sanchez home run, you see it there, but was not enough to do the job. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Rangers. The Expos had more hits, 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors, but less runs. Caleb Smith gets that tough luck loss. He was good. Only 1 earned run in 6 innings of work. Luzardo gets that win. He deserved that one, 7 2/3. And only 1 run given up. Charlie Culberson, the player of the game, 2 for 4. So that's game 1, and boy, that took longer than I thought. An hour and a half as well on that one. So we'll play 1 more for you today. Glad you could join me today on this special Saturday stream. Normally don't do Saturdays, but did want to finish off this series before we get into the final 2 series and then playoff mode. Thank God. That'll be coming up next week. So we'll play 1 more. It's going to be a tough matchup. Tyler Glasnow, battle of 14 win games. Dane Dunning, 14-11 this year. He has thrown a no-hitter against the Expos this year. And not the way that Luzardo faced us, not looking for very good luck today. We'll see, though. Maybe we can get the Expos bats back to life. Going to be a few changes that we will make in this finale, though. I know that. Bullpen fresh and ready to go. We're going to ask for Tyler Glasnow to have a good outing. Might be his last start of the year. Of course, got to line things up for everything else. Evil Dragons, the NFL have one Hall of Fame, 3 pre-week, 18-week real football, and then playoffs. Yeah, absolutely. 3 games, I think, is enough for the preseason. I thought even 2 would have been enough for the preseason. But I agree to have a longer season and have less pre-games. It makes a lot of sense. I think guys are ready to go after that 3rd game, to be honest with you. They're probably ready to go after the 2nd game. You know, you're going to have injuries either way, so it doesn't really matter. But I think they're all ready to go. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Gary Sanchez will not start today. It'll be Wellington Castillo. Dane Dunning's a righty, so we'll throw all our regulars over there. Austin Nola will play over at 3rd base. That'll be fine. I think that'll work out. How many errors has he made this year? I can't even remember. Yeah, we'll give it a try. We'll have him over at 3rd. We want to bench Cesar Hernandez. I want 2. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same here. I want 2 pre-weeks as well. I think that's more ideal to have 2 instead. Randy Rosarena's fine. Cannon will DH. We'll play at 3rd. Yeah, I think that'll be fine for the lineup. We'll go Kemp batting 5th. We'll go Castillo 6th. Collins, Nola, then Hernandez. I think we're ready to go here for game number 4 of the 4-game series. So let's set you up. Let's get her going.
Ce match vous est présenté par la brasserie O'Keeffe Limitée, brasseur des bières O'Keeffe, Raleigh et Carlsberg.
All right, and here we go with the finale of this series. Last chance to try to get 117 wins. The Rangers played spoiler in Game 3, unfortunately. They took things pretty convincingly. 5-2 is a late comeback by the Expos, but not enough to get the job done. Or excuse me, 5-3. Cannon and company look to swing the bats. They got to get it going early against Dane Dunning. They're going to have a good pitcher out there to hold on this game. Tyler Glasnow, 14-7, 2.98 ERA, 272 strikeouts this year. Is that a record? I have no idea. That is a lot. 27 walks given up. 20 weeks of real football. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun. It always is 20 weeks of real football. Leading off will be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Lineup for you. Delano DeShields moves to left field today. Brock Holt at 2nd base. Joey Gallo, always a dangerous customer in right. Nate Lau, who was dangerous as well, at 1st base. Ronald Guzman will be the DH. Charlie Culberson, who has coming off of 2 home runs, is the shortstop. Forget the guy's first name, but his last name is Martin. In center field, he's a custom ball player. And Chase Vallot will be the catcher today, getting the start for Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning threw a no-hitter last time the Expos faced the Rangers. That came from Texas. So we'll see what happens here today. I want 8 teams in the NFL playoff. Yeah, that would make more sense, I think, instead of a bye week. I don't think teams really need a bye week. So I agree with you there. That makes sense. They really should. You know, let the wild card teams play each other, and then let the top of the division play one of the wild card teams. The second best plays the other wild card team. I don't know, something like that. 1-2, swung in and missed by Kiner-Falefa to begin the ball game. 1 out for Glasnow here in the 1st.
Batting 2nd, the left field.
Football is looming. Did anybody figure out what happened to Aaron Rodgers? Did he decide he's going to play or did he opt out? I didn't see the result on that. Delino to Shields showing bunt, and it's a pretty good bunt, but it goes just foul. Nola will scoop it out of play. Kind of caught everybody off guard there in the infield. Delino to Shields. And we'll look at a ball, 1-1. I didn't hear much about Rodgers, so he must have stayed. With the Super Bowl best of 7? Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Maybe a best of 3. That would take so long. Oh my goodness. You do one game at the home site, one at the road site, and the third game is at a neutral site. How about that? If a need be third game. Ground ball to second base. That's going to be Donovan Solano to make the play, and 2 away here in the first. A best of 7. Oh my God, that would take over a month to play. Oh. How about a best of 7 quarters? How about that? Brock Holt will stand in. Had a home run late in that ball game in the 9th, and look at this on cue. First inning home run here to begin things for the Rangers. I gotta shut my mouth. Brock Holt, number 14 on the year. Homer's off of Glasnow here. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Instead, it's the Rangers 1, the Expos nothing. Those lefties in the Rangers lineup are terrorizing things right now. Just hooked around the foul pole in right. And now sets things up for Joey Gallo here for a first inning chance to extend the inning. Hit his 29th home run yesterday, or last game. 245, 29 homers, 84 RBIs on this year. They have some really good pop in this lineup. It's unfortunate they have played so terribly this year with their pitching. Saw a good performance from Luzardo yesterday, maybe one from Dane Dunning today. He's a 14-game winner. Glasnow up against it right now, 2-2 here to Gallo. Aaron didn't opt out yet? Okay. I didn't know if there was a deadline yesterday or not. Strikes out Gallo to end the inning. I know there was like a Aaron Rodgers watch online. There was like a live stream of a bunch of people hanging out. So, I don't know. Brock Holt homers to right here to get the Rangers early on the board. It's already 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Expos coming to bat. They're going to rely on their big pitcher, Dane Dunning, this year. 14-11, 3.15 ERA. Of course, we talked about it last time he faced the Expos in Texas. It was a no-hitter. So we'll see if the Expos have a better chance here at the homer-friendly Labatt Park. It'll be Randy Arozarena to lead things off. He had a late-inning home run in that game. That was in the 8th inning off of Luzardo. He figured him out pretty well. He had 3 hits in that game. Dane Dunning, the sinker baller, will pitch a slider outside, 1-0. 42 home runs this year, some tear. Arozarena has been on. And a rocket out to center, going back on it is Martin. He runs out of room, it's gone! No-hitter for Dunning today. Arozarena, a leadoff home run to begin this ball game. We're now tied at 1. Rocket shot to right center. My word. Have to see if that landed in the fountains. That was hit so hard. 415. Some shot out to center. Wasting no time. His last 2 at-bats have been home runs in this series. No chance for Martin out there. Ran out of room. Looked like it bounced its way into the fountains. Let's take a look at that just to see where that went. You can keep track of splash landings. Haven't had one out to center field yet, but that is a long ways to go if you're going to hit it out there. Of course, you see the Olympic trees out there all set up for the Olympic rings. No, it just rolled its way over to the fountains, so what a shot by Arozarena out there. Unbelievable. So a good start for the Expos. They've got a run now on the board, and it's tied again. 1-1. Batter Donovan Solano will swing at a low ball in the dirt. 0-1. Expos trying to win 117 this year. He swings and misses 0-2 on Dunning. He's going to have to hang tough with this Rangers offense that won't give up. They've got nothing to play for but bragging rights. So why not go out and have some good performances against a playoff caliber team like the Expos? The best team in baseball. Ground ball, slow roller. That's going to go out of play for kind of Falefa. And it's still 0-2 to Solano. On deck is Mark Canha. Of course, we know what he's capable of doing. At least we can say this. Dane Dunning will not throw a no-hitter at Labatt Park. That was already foretold from the get-go. 1-2 here to Solano, and he swings and misses. Does get a strikeout, bounce-back pitch on Solano, so one away on his first strikeout. The batter will be Mark Canha.
The designated hitter, Mark Canha.
Mark Canha, 262, 59 home runs, 114 RBIs. What more can you say about this man this year? Looking for home run number 60 before the end of the year. That would be a big treat for him. Got one more homestand here against the Red Sox if he can do that. He needs 15 home runs to break the season record. I don't think that's coming in 6 more games after this. He would have to get off to a really hot start here today and really take off against the Red Sox. We'll see, though. Anything can happen at Labatt Park. We know that. Here's the 1-1. I'm going to miss 1 and 2. Now, he may have that total number of home runs throughout the playoffs and the regular season combined, but not just in the regular season. Again, some year he has had. Fouls it away here, 1 and 2. Just a little too inconsistent to be on a real home run tear, but still leading the league, and can't complain with those numbers. 1 and 2, hit well out to left. That may be a splash landing, if anything. That'll fall, hit off the wall actually and left and foul. So battling here with Dane Dunning. 1 out in the first. 1-1 your ball game. That's a ground ball to kind of Falefa. He'll throw it over in time. Out number 2. So Canha retired. The batter will be Franmil Reyes here in the first.
Batting for the right fielder.
See the rest of the lineup for the Expos. Kemp back in the lineup. He's in left field. Wellington Castillo catching today. Zach Collins back in the lineup at first base. So Franmil Reyes standing in. He leads the team in RBIs, 114 this year. A little behind on the home run pace, but more of the all-around hitter. 47 home runs, 98 RBIs. Oh, excuse me, that was wrong. That came up on the scoreboard wrong. That was Canha that leads in RBIs. Reyes looking for RBI number 100 here soon, though. 333 in the last 5 games. Just not a ton of pop in the lineup. I've seen him go off on tears, though, so now would be a good time. Rosarena started things off with the solo home run and tied up again, 1 apiece. That's hit well off the glove of Lau over in first base, but makes the play, recovers enough to shove it over to Dane Dunning. So no hitter for Dane Dunning. It's a solo home run by Rosarena to lead things off in this ball game. We've seen that quite a few times. 1-1 our game after 1. Glad you could join us today. This is game 4 of the 4-game series that we're playing. We'll be back with you next week with the final 2 series. Red Sox at home and then the Blue Jays in Toronto, and that's it. That's the end of the season. We'll be getting into playoff mode here shortly. Still don't know who we're going to play yet. That'll be determined by the wild card game. Angels will play the Yankees, and the winner will face us in the first round. It'll be a 5-game series. Really hoping the Angels can pull that one out. We're perfect 6-0 against the Angels this year, 8-10 against the Yankees. Not good. Swing on a miss by Lau, and it'll be the first casualty here in the second. 3rd strikeout for Glasnow already through the first 5 he's faced. That would be the DH Ronald Guzman, hitting .215 this year. Gets a start against righty pitchers, and looks at a strike here, 0-1. He was 0 for 4 last time out. with 2 strikeouts, so still looking to get it going here late in the year. End of September. Air is cooling down a bit, limiting the home run ball. This summertime, it was going off like crazy, but the Rangers are having no problem. That's for sure. See how this plays out, though. Like I said, Expos looking for win number 117 today. If they don't get it today, it'll be next week. The 1-2 to Guzman. Swung on and missed. Glasnow cruising at the moment after giving up that home run. He's got his 4th strikeout so far. That was to Brock Holt. The batter, Charlie Culberson, and he's coming off of 2 home runs, unbelievably, yesterday. He's now got 13 on the year. 242 hitter, 42 RBIs. Didn't know the man had it in him. Tack one on late in the 8th inning. 1-1 your ball game right now. 2 outs here in the 2nd. See another little bit of back and forth between the Rangers, and that's hit well. Left center going back on it as a Rosarena. He's going to run out of room. That's gone. Charlie Culberson, where has this been hiding? 3 home runs in the last 2 games. He is unstoppable at the moment. The home run ball for the Rangers is going crazy. Solo home runs aplenty in this series, and now takes the 2-1 advantage here in the 2nd. Back to 4th we go. So 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd. Charlie Culberson is on another planet right now. Jason Martin, the center fielder, will be the hitter. He'll look at a strike, 0-1. 226 hitter, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs, most in for his defense. He does swing a good bat from the left side. And he rockets one out to right field, and that's going to hook just foul. Thank God. Oh, 2 home runs given up by Glasnow. This has popped up in foul territory. Going on it is Nola, and he'll make the catch, and he'll retire Martin. But it's Charlie Culberson tacking on a solo home run. Back-to-back innings with solo home runs. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Rangers now out in front, 2-1. Some series we have seen with the offense. Starting things off here in the bottom of the 2nd will be Matt Kemp, 5, 6, and 7. Of course, he's been on a tear of his own. He had a 3 home run game in game 1. Who didn't have a home run in that game? Dane Dunning, 18 pitches in the 1st, will go back to work. He gave up a solo shot. That was to Rosarena to begin the ball game. Since then, settling in. Popped up by Kemp out of play. And 1-1. We'll see Wellington Castillo in the lineup, and we'll see Harold Castro in there. Plays off, it's 2-2. That's hit well by Kemp. Line drive out to left field. That is gone. May have been a splash landing or may have hit the porch out there. What a line drive. Hey, Rocket League's ready to play. Had that downloaded. Matt Kemp. Boy, a screaming liner, and now 4 consecutive frames with a solo home run in it. It's tied again, 2-2. Here they go back and forth with the homer ball. You gotta see where that landed. That hooked around the foul pole and ended by the pool area. I believe it hit the porch out there. Boy, in a hurry, that got out. That was like Franmil yesterday on the stream. See where that landed. That hit the porch and landed into the pool area, so that doesn't count. That hit the porch out there. It took somebody's head off that cleared that porch. So some home run by Matt Kemp. Screaming liner. And now all even again at 2. Here we go with the offense. Dane Dunning serves up his 2nd home run. Wellington Castillo hitting now .295, hitting under .300, but 19 home runs, 44 RBIs. Some year he has had as the backup catcher. That's pretty good for backup catcher numbers. He didn't even play a full season. He's got to drive out the left field, but that's going to hook foul. That may be a splash landing, though. You got to see where that landed. Before we leave, we got to catch splash landings this year. Well, let's follow the pitch here, see where this lands. It's heading for the lazy river. Oh yeah, that's a splash landing. That's now number 36 on the year. You see it there. Out by the lazy river, nobody got a play on it. Tons of people still in the water, even though it's 59 degrees, I believe. So make that now 36. We'll update that board later on. So 36 splash landings. Let's see if Castillo can straighten it out here. 1-1. Nobody out here in the second, already a run in. A foul ball, 1-2. 26 pitches from Dunning here entering the second. Looking for his first out. Wellington out to left field. Line drive out there. That's going to be caught by David Dahl. Caught up to that. Or excuse me, the Shields playing left field today. Caught up to that just in time. Jason Martin will man center field. Joey Gallo in right. Connor Falefa at third. Culberson with a home run already. At short, Brock Holt with a home run at second base. Nate Lau, the first baseman, and Chase Velo gets the start today as the catcher. Batter will be Zach Collins back in the lineup, of course, facing the righty in this lineup, hitting .219. Got to get it going as of late. 13 home runs, though, 33 RBIs. He's a big boy. He's a big target over at first base. There's a little bit of catcher as well. Look at a ball, 2-0. He's got to be a little more patient at the plate. He's chasing a lot inside. Of course, a big target. He'll try to go after a lot of good pitches. And a lot of bad ones, too. 2-1, fouls it away. One out here in the second. 2-2 on 4 home runs up by both sides. Two solo shots on either side. At least one home run every frame so far. That's hit well by Collins out the center, but that'll be Jason Martin back there to make a play, and 2 outs. Always a crazy time when you're at Labatt. You never know what's going to happen.
Third baseman.
Batter will be Austin Nola. A couple of hits in the last game. Hitting .226 now. He's up that average a bit. Trying to swing the hot bat at the right time, and fouls away the first pitch, 0-1. Everybody's got to be on their best at the same time, and they're trying to do that right now. And that's rocketed out to left, but foul and out of play. 0-2 to Nola. Dane Dunning going to get out of the inning with just the run given up. Ground ball. Dunning will take it himself. Slow roller. He'll throw it to first, and in time. So the Expos have retied the game back up on the screaming solo home run by Matt Kemp. Liner down the left. That is his 4th home run of this series. And now 2-2, all even again after 2. They're trading home run for home run. Chase Velo will lead things off for the Rangers. First time we're seeing him at bat. Sitting a dismal 148. He's the backup catcher to Jose Trevino. Tyler Glasnow will try to settle in a bit and go to work. 2-2 your ball game. 2 home runs by the Rangers, 2 home runs by the Expos. Wouldn't expect anything else. Both have 2 hits, that's it. Comebacker, Glasnow will throw over to first in time, out number 1. Well, he's got to pitch a scoreless frame here soon. Montreal, 30 games, 29.5 in front of New York, but they're going to have a wild card spot. Everybody else is at least 44 games out of it with losing records. Tail end of the season coming up. Only 6 more games after this left to play, unbelievably. Isaiah Falefa back to the top of the order. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the hands of Glasnow. Fouls away the first pitch, 0-1. We're so close to finishing this up. I said stay tuned for the schedule next week. It won't be, it'll be a little off. I said white will be off. We'll be spending some time doing stuff instead. So I do apologize. I know the playoffs coming up. Everybody's anticipating watching that, but do have some other stuff going on right now, so I hope you do understand. Kiner Falefa out to left field. That's their third home run in 3 consecutive innings. Kiner Falefa, his 7th of the year. Nobody can get outs here at Labatt today. That's now 5 home runs in 5 frames. And it's now 3-2. The Rangers have retaken the lead again. At some point, somebody's got to pitch a scoreless frame, because this is getting ridiculous. 3-2 here in the top of the 3rd. Like we said, I'll be taking a little bit of time off, so keep an eye on Twitch. The schedule will be posted on there when we're going live. Might have some different times and different days we'll be streaming. Might have a few days off, so I hope you do understand. We'll be back with it shortly. Bunt play by DeShields, thrown over by Canna, in time to get him. Nice play by Canna to get DeShields trying to show, Nola is playing third. I completely forgot he's at third base today. My apologies. Good boy. Nice play by Nola to make the play over at third. He doesn't normally play there. Brock Holt, the hitter, he's got a home run to his name already. That came in the first, solo shot. He rips one out to right as well, just foul. 0-1. So already 5 home runs in this game. 1 in the first. 1 in the bottom of the first. 1 in the top of the second. 1 in the bottom of the second. Now 1 in the top of the 3rd by the Rangers. Going back and forth with the home run ball. Ground ball to Solano. He'll make the play over at first, and that'll end the inning, but it's 3 home runs given up by Glasnow so far. This one to Kiner Falefa. 3-2. We'll see if the Expos get a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be 9-1-2 in their order. Cesar Hernandez will start it off. He's got a career-high 22 home runs this year. Dane Dunning has given up 2 solo home runs of his own in back-to-back innings. We'll see about the 3rd. Does this keep up? There's a rocket out to right field. Going on back is Galloway. Makes the catch and crashes into the wall. He's okay. Remember, that's a brick wall out there. Nothing to protect you. Not even ivy. Nice rocket out there by Hernandez trying to get a double, but Gallo spoils the fun. And 1 away. The batter will be Randy Arozarena. He's got a home run to his name. That started the ball game off in the first. He fouls away the first pitch, 0-1. Seeing the ball really well in this series. 5 for 9, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs for Arozarena. He's getting back on track, which is nice to see. Of course, we know about his resume in the playoffs last year. He was the ALCS MVP. Eventually lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers, but what a performance he had all the way throughout the World Series. 40th pitch coming from Dane Dunning. It's 1 out here in the 3rd, 1-2 to Arozarena. And he rockets 1 out to left. Can we see another solo home run? You bet we can. Randy Arozarena has a 2-homer day in the first 2 at-bats. It's now even again at 3-3. What are we seeing right now? Solo home runs in every frame here since the bottom of the 3rd, since it started. 1 in the top of the 1st, 1 in the bottom of the 1st, 1 in the top of the 2nd, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, 1 in the top of the 3rd. Hey, why not? 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Arozarena. Oh, might have to have some pitching changes here soon. This is getting ridiculous. 3 home runs on both sides. 2 by that man Arozarena today. He is on a tear. So padding the stats is everybody right now. It's 3-3. 3 hits apiece, you know it. 3 solo home runs apiece. Ay, ay, ay. Look at this line score. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1-1. Looks like a coding error. Here's the 0-2 to Solano, and he's 0 for 1 today. Looks at a ball, 1-2. He struck out back in the 1st. On deck is Mark Canna. And Solano gonna have a ground ball to Charlie Culberson. He's got to go a long way to get it, but gets Solano in time. On the grass, made the throw. Nice play by Charlie Culberson. He's doing it all defensively and offensively. The batter will be Mark Canha. He's 0 for 1. Can you believe we have a 3-3 game in the third? A run scored in every frame so far. Just one, not more, just one. One run scored in every frame. Not just one run, all solo home runs in every frame. Mark Canha will foul it off quickly, 0-2 to him. Unbelievable. Rangers trying to spoil the party today. Canha swings and misses. That ends the inning. But it's another solo home run. It's Randy Arozarena. Make that 2 for him on the day. Going off right now. We've played 3. We've seen 6 homers in this game. 3-3. Split down evenly. Joey Gallo will start it off, and we pray there's not going to be another solo home run here. He struck out looking last time. He looks at a strike at 98. Inside, 0-1. So it'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the order. We'll see Lau and we'll see Ronald Guzman here in the 4th. We're looking for our first scoreless inning. It's the top of the 4th. We haven't had a scoreless frame yet on either side. 3 innings of play. And 3 runs apiece on either side. They'll get Gallo here. Swing and missing. 5th strikeout for Glasnow. 2 on Gallo today. So starting to figure him out a bit. When he's not striking out, he's hitting home runs. The batter is Nate Lowe. And he's over 1 with a strikeout of his own. Takes a look at a ball down low, 1-0. So the tie is keeping Glasnow in it. The bad news is he's given up 3 home runs, just like Dunning. And not what you want to see when you're trying to probably be his last start before the playoffs begin. We'll see. And takes a strike, 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2 by Lau. We see finally a frame without a home run. That's going to be a single down the left field line. We'll see if he stretches it to 2. He's going to take the turn. The throw by Kemp not in time. The shift was on Lau yet again and burns him with a double. So that's our first hit of the ball game that wasn't a solo home run on either side. And the batter will be Ronald Guzman. 1 out here, a runner in scoring position. Chance to drive him in. Swing and miss, 0-1. He's 0 for 5 in this series, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. On deck, though, is Charlie Culberson. Another home run in this series. He's on deck, waiting his turn. 3-3 this ball game right now. 1-2 fouled away. Boy, plenty of offense to end it today. It's our last game today. Glad you could join us. Hope you enjoy your 4th of July weekend. I know I will. Please be safe, though. Ground ball, that's going to be to Collins. You'll have to wait for Glasnow to cover first, and he does. It'll be a 3-1 on the putout. And 2 away here in the 4th. The runner, Lowe, is on 3rd. Culberson will try to drive him in here. A solo home run last time up. 3 home runs in the last few at-bats for him. Swings and misses here, 0-1 for Glasnow. He's looking for a scoreless frame. The first scoreless frame of the game. Plays off, 1-1. Somebody has to have one if they want to win today. If not, we're going to stay tied all game long. That's hit well by Culberson out to right. Going on it is Franmil. He makes the catch. Saves a run from coming in. And that ends the inning. Hey, we've got a scoreless inning for Tyler Glasnow. It's 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. So Dane Dunning will try to do the same here in the bottom of the 4th. Franmil Reyes will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the 1st. Excuse me for a second. Got to pour some more for Joe Boo. He needs a refill. Got to wake up bots. You know, help me now. I say, forget you, Joe Boo. I do it myself. Franmil, 0 for 1, will start things off here. 4, 5, and 6 for the Expos. Maybe a chance to take the lead here in the fourth with a scoreless top of the fourth. They've scored a run in every frame. We'll try to keep that going. Plays off here, 1-1. We'll see Kemp on deck, and we'll see Wellington Castillo. Kemp's got a home run to his name. 50th pitch from Dunning. It's in the zone, but fouled. Reyes couldn't connect. 1-2. A good game right now, 3-3. I said Expos would want that record-breaking 117th win, but can't get it right now. Swinging and missing is Franmil. He's going down swinging. Strikeout for Dunning. Make that 3 for him on the day. Batter will be Matt Kemp. Screaming liner solo home run to his name. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be caught over there at third by Kiner Falefa. Another line drive, but Kiner Falefa hung on with it. And now quickly 2 away for Dane Dunning, maybe on the cusp of a scoreless frame for him. Matching them pitch for pitch. Wellington Castillo, the batter, he's 0 for 1. Fouls away the first pitch, 0-1. Lined out to left last time. So hanging tough. The Rangers, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. 1 man left on for the Expos. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. The 3 hits have been home runs. That's popped up by Castillo. Foul territory. Going on to make the play is low. And that ends the inning. So anything you can do, I'm doing the same. Scoreless frame for Dane Dunning. We go to the 5th. Now tied at 3. Jason Martin, the batter, the center fielder, 0 for 1 today. Glasnow finally got a scoreless frame, as did Dane Dunning. We'll try to go to work here, still with the tie. 60 pitches thrown. We'll see how much longer they let him go for. He said this might be his last outing before the start of the year, or the start of the playoffs. Swing and miss. Martin will go down swinging. They want to line him up for the first game of the playoffs. Chase Velo, that's going to be a rocket out to right center. That's going to be off a triples alley out there. We'll see how far he can go. He's going to hold at 2. It's going to be a 1-out double for Chase Velo. His third. He needed that hit desperately. He's hitting on the Mendoza line and wasting no time. Now runner in scoring position, 1 out. The batter, Kiner Falefa, 1 for 2 with a dinger today. Solo home run back in the 3rd. Ground ball, that's going to get out of play. 0-1 to Kiner Falefa. Lineup turns over, 3rd time around. They're going to face Glasnow here. Curveball in there, 0-2. Not great speed by Velo, but he'll try to score here. Called strike 3 on Kiner Falefa. Gets the better of him this time. His 7th strikeout for Glasnow.
Up next for the Rangers.
So now 2 away. The batter will be DeShields. He tried to bunt his way on. Last time was a play by Nola at 3rd. Barehand made the play to retire him. So it's been 2 ground outs for DeShields. 1 for 6 in the series. Needs a base hit here, though, to break the tie. That's going to be speared by Donovan Solano. A throw to first against his body. Nice play by Solano to end the inning. Take away a runner. And another scoreless frame for Glasnow. It's 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. So 5 innings of work for Glasnow, giving up 3 home runs, but so has Dunning. So that's the reason why he's still in the game. The Expos will try to take the lead now and try to get Glasnow his 15th win of the year. Right now it's back and forth. 1 run in the first 3 innings for both teams on solo home runs on each inning, and then since then it's been scoreless frames. Bottom of the order, Collins, Nola, and Hernandez. Swung and missed, 1-2. Does anybody want the lead today? We'll see. You know what the Expos do. They've got a good crowd on tap here again for this last game against the Rangers. It's been a long 4-game series. The Expos have taken the first 2, and the Rangers, a good pitching performance by Jesus Luzardo, took game 3. won that 5-3. They held on at the very end. Here's the 3-2 to Collins, fouled away. He'll stay alive. He could use his speed on the bases here to begin things in the bottom of the 5th if they want to come back. Swung on and missed by Collins. Slider in the dirt, no chance. And 4th casualty for Dane Dunning.
Now batting, third baseman.
It'll be Austin Nola, grounded out last time back to the pitcher. 62 pitches thrown by Dunning, one out here in the 5th. He can go a little bit further. That's out to left field. Outfall for a base hit in front of the Shields. So Nola seen it pretty good in this series. We'll have a 1-out base hit. They'll try to keep that going.
The batter, number 7, shortstop.
Cesar Hernandez, the hitter, lined out to right field. That was a long drive out to right, caught by Gallo. And that's down the line, but just foul. That would have helped out. Nola, your runner on first. One out here in the 5th. 3-3 the ball game. All even right now. That's going to be a ground ball candidate. 4-6-3. They've done it again. Grounded into another double play. And the Expos have done that more than any team in baseball this year. Cannot take advantage of the runner on. They strand him. And another scoreless frame, this time by Dane Dunning. 3-3 after 5. If you're just joining me, where have you been? Plenty of baseball today. 2 games for you just today, but plenty packed in there. Tyler Glasnow will go back to work. He's thrown 68 pitches, so this will be his last inning. And face Brock Hold, who a home run in the 1st. Served a curveball up there, but couldn't take advantage. Fouled away. In the bullpen, Tim Collins and Nick Whitgren will get warm down there. It was a 3-3 ball game. They want win number 117. They've tied the record for most wins yesterday lately by the 2001 Seattle Mariners. That was the last team to do it. And the 1908 Chicago Cubs. Popped up, foul territory. Going back on it is Nola. He'll have no play. That'll land right on the bench for the Ranger bullpen. 1-2 to Brock Cole. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Heart of this order. Joey Gallo and Nate Lowe coming on up. Here's the 2-2 comebacker. Slow roller right to Glasnow. Makes the play over the first. 1 away. Trying to get him a win. It's steaming impossible right now. Joey Gallo will stand in 0 for 2. Quiet today. 2 strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging, and looks at a ball 1-0. His next home run will be 150, and we hope he doesn't hit it today. That would spell danger. That's a ground ball into the shift. Solano was positioned out by right field, makes the play. They had no doubles defense out in the outfield, so Solano had the play in between them. So he makes the throw to first in time to retire Gallo. Threw away. The batter would be Nate Lowe. Good series for him. He's hitting 500 in this series. 7 for 14. He's 1 for 2 today with a double last time up in the 4th. Required from Tampa Bay. Takes a strike up high, 1-1. Seems like the Rays have so many lows or lows. And they traded Nate Lowe over to the Rangers. I believe there's a Josh Lau in the Rays organization we saw this year to go along with Brandon Lau. I don't know if they're all related or not, but it's a lot of Laus. They need a Lowe's sponsorship. Swung on and missed. That will end the inning. It's a scoreless frame for Tyler Glasnow. Still waiting for his team to come back. It's tied at 3. That will do it for Glasnow today, though. 6 good innings. Randy Rosareno will lead things off, and a perfect 2 for 2, 2 solo home runs. 1 muscled out to right center, the other to left field. But he has seen it well against Dane Dunning and these Rangers so far. So we're hoping that he can find one more. Nick Whitgren will have 7th inning duties. We're not going to go to Rogers or Tim Hill just yet. It's a tie ball game, 3-3. I'm thinking about it. Maybe we should go to Tim Hill, actually. Maybe we will. Give him one more chance against the lefties in the lineup. See how it plays out. So Rosarena will start things off. Top of the order for the Expos. A chance to make some noise against Dunning. That's hit well. Right center. Going on back is Martin. That's going to stay in the yard, though. Just missed. Squaring up on his third home run of the day. He'll fly out to begin the sixth.
The bat.
It looked really good coming off the bat, but stayed up a little too high. Batter will be Donovan Solano, 0 for 2 today. He needs to get it going a bit. He wants to hang on to the batting title. It's fallen off a little bit. Right from the San Francisco Giants along with Tyler Rogers. That's going to be up the middle, but that's Charlie Culberson right there. Makes the play. Take a little spin and turn. Fires over to first for the second out. Dane Dunning looking for another scoreless frame before he departs. The batter will be Mark Canha. 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and ground out. That's 4 hits on the series. 2 home runs. And he delivered here before the end of the sixth. That's hit well but foul. Boy. Served up a slider that Canha should have got all of. Did it for home run number 60. See when that comes. Ground ball will hook foul. No play for kind of Falefa now. 0-2. Dane Dunning looking for a scoreless frame to keep this ball game tied. That's a liner to kind of Falefa. He's got it. He'll throw over. And in time to retire Canha. And the Expos, they go down 1-2-3 here in the sixth. We can't break this 3-3 tie right now since the third. So Tyler Glasnow will get a no decision. It'll be Tim Hill out of the bullpen. Wickren is going to warm back up. They're going to rely on Hill to face 2 lefties. Charlie Culberson in the middle of that lineup is looming. He'll be on deck. See if Tim Hill can battle with Guzman here. He struck out and grounded out so far, 0 for 2. 7th inning already. Trying to break this 3-3 tie. So Tim Hill can avoid giving up the long ball. Last few outings haven't been all that great. They need him to be good coming up here. It's a good start. Ronald Guzman swings and misses. And that's the first out. The batter, Charlie Culberson, 1 for 2 with a solo shot. Be careful with him today. Seen it really well in this series. Looks at a sinker for a strike, 0-1. Getting down to the nitty-gritty in this game and in this season. 6 games left to play. 3 with the Red Sox, 3 with the Blue Jays from Toronto. And that's it for the season. And then first round of the playoffs will be either the Yankees or Angels, depending on the outcome of the wild card game. That's the unfortunate thing. It's the unknown. We don't know what to expect. Charlie Culberson will swing and strike out. So a good start for Tim Hill, 2 away. Batter will be Jason Martin. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup with him. He's 0 for 2 today. Pop up and strikeout. Swings and misses, 0-1. Tim Hill looking for a scoreless frame. Ground ball. That's a fair ball. Nola got to hurry. He doesn't have a play. It's not in time. Jason Martin's speed will beat that one out. It was a tough play for Nola over at third. He was past the foul line and jump throw. Had to try to make a play on it. Could not get enough on it to get it in time. Martin beats it out. The inning extends. Chase Velo is the hitter. And with 3 righties coming up, that may end the day. They're going to go to Nick Whitgren out of the bullpen. That'll end it for Tim Hill. He couldn't get the last out. They're going to rely on Nick Whitgren, who's got an ERA still under 1. 0.95. He's been excellent this year. Try to get out of this jam. Martin, good speed over at first. The batter below had a double last time up. Runner's going. Here's the throw from Castillo down there. It is not in time. Stolen by Jason Martin, just his 4th of the year. Now the Rangers in business. 0-1 here to Velo. A base hit can make things interesting. Checks his swing. It's 0-2. Martin now on second in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run. Here's the 0-2 from Whitgren. Ground ball to Solano. He'll throw it to first in time. And it's a scoreless frame for Hill and Whitgren. We'll go to the 8th, or the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch right now. We'll be back in 60. Tied at 3. All right, RJ DJ back with you live from Labatt Park in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Boy, what a performance we have seen today. It began with solo home runs aplenty. First inning, second inning, third inning on both sides, all solo home runs. And since then has been quiet, 3-3. This is deadlocked right now, and they can't break it. At the moment, it's 3 home runs by Kiner Falefa, Holt, and Culberson have shared that. And home runs on the other side, 2 by Rosarena and Matt Kemp with 1 as well, a solo shot. So that's where we are right now, 3-3. It was a great performance by Tyler Glasnow, but of course gave up those 3 home runs, 8 strikeouts, and 5 hits given up in 6 innings of work. Hill and Whitgren shared the 7th inning. They got the job done there. We'll see about the 8th inning where they want to go. Right now, Dunning and now Ian Kennedy coming in to try to keep it a tie ball game here in the 7th. So now a bullpen game on both sides. Ian Kennedy 4-4 with a 4.09 ERA. Ramil Reyes will start things off 0-2. Kemp on deck. We'll see what they can end up doing here. Rogers will get warm for the 8th. We'll see who ends up pitching for the 8th. They may have Whitgren come out for the 8th inning. I guess it depends on if it's up 4-3 or tied still. So here we go. New pitcher in, Ian Kennedy facing Reyes. Will foul it off the first pitch, 0-1. We saw Ian Kennedy in game 2, had a pretty good performance. Looking to break this 3-3 game. What started off with nothing but home runs has stalled for the time being. We saw the Rangers take game 3. They're trying to split this series and go home happy. For the Expos, they want win number 117 today. Have a 3-game homestand with the Boston Red Sox. They can do it as well, but I'd like to do it right now and try to build on that here. 2-2 to Cranmill, lays off, full count. Now 3-2, and on deck is Matt Kemp. To make things interesting here. Time for the home run already today. 3-2 to Cranmill, he'll foul away, stay alive. Bottom of the 7th. We see some late inning drama. Swung on, and it was tipped into the glove of Velo by Cranmill, so it's a strikeout for Ian Kennedy, and 1 away here in the 7th. Batter is Matt Kemp. Solo home run back in the 2nd. That was a screaming liner. What can he do here late? 3 home runs, and it hasn't been enough. He's hit 4 home runs in this series. Can he do it one more time? He has been unstoppable in the month of September. Of course, all season he has. Joe Barlow, Taylor Hearn down in the Ranger bullpen, lefty and righty. On deck for the Expos is Castillo. Who's going to make some noise late? Fouled away by Kemp, 1-2. bullpens the rest of the way. Who is going to have the better bullpen today? 1-2 to Kemp, fouled away inside, jammed him a bit. Crowd just kind of silent at the moment, waiting to see who is going to come through clutch. Here's the 1-2, fouled away to stay alive. Tried to shoot it down the right field side. They had the shift plate on. But not a bad idea by Kemp. Gonna go Oppo Taco. Here's the 1-2 again. That's popped up to right field. That'll be a play for Joey Gallo. He makes the catch, 2 away. We'll be up to Wellington Castillo here in the 7th. He's got an 0 for series right now, 0 for 5, 0 for 2 today. Line out and pop up. Like to flex some muscle here. Ground ball to Culberson at short. That should end the inning for Ian Kennedy and the Rangers. It does. So a scoreless frame. Haven't had a run scored since the 3rd on either side. We are still tied 3-3 after 7. So Whitgren threw 3 pitches. He'll stay in the game. We're going to have Tyler Rogers down in the pen for the 8th, just in case it starts getting out of hand. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, top of the order, will lead things off here in the 8th. Looking for somebody to score a run. He's got a solo home run to his name. 2 strikeouts, though. Home run came back in the 3rd. The attendance, 44,248. It's been consistently 44,000 as the end is nearing. And the playoffs will begin. Foul by Kiner-Falefa. 1-2. It's our last game today if you're joining us for the 4th of July weekend, and we'll be back sometime next week. Stay tuned. Don't know if it'll be Monday or later. Swing and miss by Kiner-Falefa. He'll go down swinging and 1 away. You see the line. Dane Dunning and Tyler Glasnow both went 6 innings. Both gave up 3 home runs. Both 3 earned. Glasnow had the better on the strikeouts, but did give up more walks, or more hits with 5. Both equally good performances, although 3 solo home runs against each. That's very weird. Delano DeShields Jr. will stand in 0 for 3. Recipient of 3 groundouts today, and will at least get 1 in the air, but that's going to be Dufranmil Reyes. He'll make the 2nd out. So now 2 away. Good start for Nick Whitgren as he's trying to pitch an inning plus. The batter will be Brock Holt, 1 for 3, a home run early in this game, but since then 2 groundouts. A home run came in the 1st. He's on a 7-game hitting streak right now. Gonna miss quickly, 0-2. The 0-2 from Whitgren, doesn't get the call down low. Trying to pitch a scoreless 8th. The last out of the 7th, he gets all 3 in the 8th. Great inning for Nick Whitgren. The always reliable shuts the door here in the top of the 8th. Now a chance to get ahead in the bottom of the 8th, set it up for the 9th. Here we go. Taylor Hearn, the lefty, is coming in. And it's Zach Collins, the scheduled hitter, to lead things off. That's going to change. It's going to be Roberto Ozuna, because it's Gallo, Lowe, and Guzman coming up. 3 consecutive lefties, but they want Roberto Ozuna to face them. They want power v power. Of course, they're going to try to set this up for the 9th. Pinch hitting. It's going to be Sean Rodriguez to start it off. They just need a run. And maybe he's hit so well off of lefties, 1 swing of the bat could do the job here. So we'll see if they unload the bench or not. Sean Rodriguez will begin the bottom of the 8th, pinch hitting for Zach Collins against Taylor Hearn. Swings and misses, 0-1. Of course, we know what Sean Rodriguez has done against lefties all year long, especially late in ball games. There for the dramatic. We'll see if he's got one in here late in this game in the 8th. Tied 3-3, swings and misses 0-2. Taylor Hearn just throwing bullets right now. Swung on and missed. They get Rodriguez, a big out number 1 here to begin the 8th. Taylor Hearn.
Now batting.
3 fastballs
Third
down the
baseman.
pike and 3 swings and misses.
Nola.
Nola will be the batter, 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 5th. That's a changeup inside, no chance. That fastball is topping out at 97. He's got a 2-seamer that can go even faster at 99. So the fastball, the 2-seamer he gives a rip. The 4-seamer he takes a little bit off to control it. So far doing the job. 2-0 here though to Nola. Fastball down the middle, that is just foul. Just went to the left of the third base bag, and that could have been a double for Nola. And instead, it's 2-1. Taylor Hearn will throw a fastball down the pike, swung on and missed. Now 2-2. On deck is Cesar Hernandez, and might see a pinch hitter for him. We'll see. Out of the way, of course, Hernandez would have to hit from the right side. Pitch hitter has not hit well from that right side, and they know that. There's the 2-2 to Austin Nola. 1 out here in the 8th. Checks his swing. They say he went. That's a strikeout. Back-to-back punch-outs here for Taylor Hearn late in this ball game. The batter is Cesar Hernandez. He's 1 for 12 in this series. They are going to... They're going to ask Chad Pinder to pinch hit here.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting.
Chad Pinder not great against lefty pitching, but try to keep the inning alive here. He does have 9 home runs, 19 RBIs. There's always the chance that he could give one a rip. Right-handed hitter, of course. He'll face Hearn here, and look at a strike. 2-seamer at 98 down the middle. 0-1. How will this one end? Expos just looking for one somehow. 0-2, swung on and missed by Pinder. No chance. Guys are looking foolish right now. Hearn looking for his 3rd consecutive strikeout. That's going to be popped up by Pinder. Is that going to fall? Coming in is Martin. He can't get it. And Pinder will be on. That's the go-ahead run. He's on the bases. They may even pinch run for him. We'll see. Randy Arozarena, the hitter. Do they pinch run for Pinder? Let's see. They have Bonifacio available. They'd hate to burn a pinch hitter to use him. They're going to let him stay on the bases. Randy Arozarena, 2 home runs today. Can he find one more? A deep drive somewhere. He's going to pop it up on the first pitch, and that's going to be low to make the catch. It's Taylor Hearn getting through the 8th somehow. Unscathed, 2 strikeouts, and ends the inning here. It stays tied 3-3 as we go to the 9th.
Your attention, please.
Sean Rodriguez came into the ball game, and he'll take over at first base. It's going to be no, it's going to be Solano playing short. Pinder will play second base, and we'll see how this works. They have Sanchez and Castro and Bonifacio left off the bench. So it's going to be Roberto Ozuna to pitch the 9th inning in a 3-3 tie. So not even going for the save, just a tune-up for him. It's going to be Joey Gallo. They're not going to waste any time. They're going power versus power here to begin the 9th. They don't want to give up this game. Fastball 99 doesn't get the call. Yeah, 1-0. Roberto Ozuna, the league leader in saves this year. Not a save situation, though. Gets Gallo swinging, 2-1. Toughest part of the order to face right now. Low on deck, and then Ronald Guzman. 3 lefties in this lineup. Ozuna, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. They're going to get Gallo here. A big out, number 1 here in the 9th. Taking no chance. They want Ozuna to pitch a scoreless 9th, and they want to come back and win it in the bottom of the inning. Have a good part of the order to do so. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the inning. Nate Lowe, 1 for 3 with a double in the 4th. He's been swinging such a hot bat Ground ball to Nola, playing from the shortstop position, and makes the play. Good job by Nola, although he is a catcher. He plays a lot of positions in the infield. Not shortstop, though. The shift was on, and he was positioned there perfectly. So 2 away in the 9th. The batter, Ronald Guzman, 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Ozuna looking for a quick 9th inning to shut the door. We'll need his team to come through clutch in the bottom of the 9th, and that would be a nice way to win your record-breaking 117th game if they can do it. Right now, 0-2 here to Guzman. Looks like a ball up high, 1-2. 3-3, top of the 9th. Ozuna gets a swing and miss on Guzman. And a scoreless frame. They're going to try to win it here with a run they need in the 9th. It'll be Solano, Canna, and Reyes probably going up against their best. Here we go. Joe Barlow will come out of the pen, so it's not going to be their closer. They're going to save him if they take the lead. So maybe a chance here. Joe Barlow's ERA, 8.27 this year. He's given up a lot of hits against righties. He's going to see 3 consecutive here to begin the inning. So this is where it gets interesting. Good part of the order for the Expos. They need a run to win. Hasn't been a run scored since the bottom of the 3rd. And Solano going to lead it off with a base hit, and that's going to be a good start. They'll pinch run for him. It's going to look like Bonifacio will get ready. Mark Canna will be the hitter. A runner on. What do? You'd love to bunt the guy over, but they're not going to do that. Bonifacio will pinch run. He's the speed they need. He's got to score. For Canna, you've got to get something airborne. Avoid the double play because he's grounded in twice today and struck out. Get it airborne. Takes a look at a ball, 1-0. Got to avoid the double play here. That's your winning run right there at first. Swung and a miss by Canna. 1-1. Boy, that fastball up high. He could have gave a rip and ended it here. Sent everybody home happy. 1-1 to Canna. Fastball fouled away, just laid on it. And 1-2, he was expecting something off speed. No, 1-2, what do? Down low, swung on and missed. Canna can't get it. Curveball sets him down. That has been on the scouting report all year long. We want to get him out with 2 strikes with a curveball. So Canna retired. Big out number 1. It'll be up to Franmil Reyes, the recipient of 2 strikeouts and a ground out, 0 for 3 today. Can he send the fans home happy? He takes low, 1-0. Bonifacio's gotta go. Gotta get something into the gap at least. 1-0, ground ball. 5-4-3. They've turned a double play, and we are going to extra innings. Can you believe this? Another double play. 3-3. We will go to extras right now. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Franmil will come out of the game. Bonifacio is going to go out to right. Franmil and have Harold Castro play shortstop now.
Your attention, please. Now playing.
So now extra innings we go. Now the Rogers will get warm. It's still Roberto Ozuna out there. Need to see about defensively what's going on here. Chad Pinder's at second. Nola's at third. Rodriguez is at first. Castro's at short. Completely different infield now. All right, well, here we go. Top of the 10th. It just will not end. This is the game that goes on and on. The runner at second is Ronald Guzman. This is the first time he's been on base today. Charlie Culberson will try to drive him in. A solo home run back in the second. And Ozuna back to work here in the 10th. He pitched a scoreless 9th. Could not do the job. They need a scoreless frame here in the 10th so they can win it in the bottom of the inning. Jose Leclerc getting warmed down there. 0-2 to Charlie Culberson. 1 for 3. Ground ball. That's going to move the runner over, and Sean Rodriguez will step on first. So now 90 feet away with 1 out. The batter will be Jason Martin. On deck is Chase Below. I'm going to try to go after Martin here. They're not going to put anybody on. Showing bunt and foul. Trying to think maybe a suicide squeeze maybe on the play. Here's the 0-1. Not looking bunt this time. Takes a ball. 1-1. 1-1 slurve outside. 2-1. Trying to be careful with him just in case he does show bunt. Trying to work the suicide squeeze here. They've seen that a few times. Now 3-1 to Martin. Might put him on anyways. On deck is Chase Below. He's got a double on the day. 3-1. Fastball gets the call. 3-2. I want to go after the bottom of the order here. Try to get Martin out and try to go after Chase Below. There's the 3-2. Up the middle. The Rangers are going to take the lead here in the top of the 10th thanks to Jason Martin. 4-3 now in front. First run scored since the bottom of the 3rd for either side. And a run off of Ozuna, of course, unearned. That runner was on second, but now the Expos will need to find one, and a runner going. Martin will take off for second. Avoids the double play. He takes off with another stolen base today. Now it's getting out of hand. Roberto Ozuna will face Below. It's popped up. Out to center. We'll see if they test the arm of Arozarena. Martin will stay put at third. It was on the money by Arozarena. Would have been gunned toast at third. So there's now 2 outs. Martin's on second. The batter, kind of Falefa. Home run back in the 3rd. We'll show you that. Boy. It's been scoreless since the bottom of the 3rd. 3-3, it's been tied the whole way, and now the Rangers, taking advantage of the extra innings runner, have broke it open here. The Expos will have the same opportunity. They'll have Harold Castro on the bases to begin. Remember, they came in for Franmil Reyes. He was the last out of the 9th. 0-2 here to Connor Falefa. Swings and misses, but the Rangers have taken the lead. The Expos will need at least one to tie, thanks to Jason Martin. The unlikeliest of people to come through clutch in the 10th. The Expos need to win it here. They need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Going to be against Jose Leclerc, a tough customer. Runner on second, as we mentioned, is Harold Castro. Pretty good speed down there. Matt Kemp will lead it off. He's got a solo home run back in the 2nd. Any home run here would win the ball game. So here we go. Bottom of the 10th. They need a run at least. Fouled away by Kemp. Unbelievable finish. The Rangers are trying. If they hang on here, that will split the series. For the Expos, they're just looking for win number 117 today. Ball gets away from below, not far enough. And that's unfortunate. Still in scoring position, though. DeMarcus Evans down in the pen. The Expos will have Tyler Rogers. They saved him for extra innings. A run given up by Ozuna. He's in line for the loss. Kemp will foul it away. 1-2. He needs a drive somewhere. Or send the fans home happy. Let's do it. Here's the 1-2. Lays off 2-2. On deck is Wellington Castillo. And Sean Rodriguez right now in the ball game. All the way, 2-2. He came in late. Matt Kemp, can he be clutch here? 2-2, hanging with Leclerc. Lays off, the ball gets away. Here comes Castro to third. He is in there. Now 90 feet away. It's a full count to Matt Kemp on the wild pitch. And now Just anything can drive a run in. They're going to bring the infield in. Can Kemp get something airborne out there? Swings and misses. That's a big out, number 1. Unfortunate. They have moved the runner over with the wild pitch on Leclerc to try to tie this ball game up. But Kemp cannot take advantage. He needed to get something at least hit in the outfield, score that run. Instead, it'll be Wellington Castillo 0 for 3 with a ground out. The infield's still playing in. It's gotta get something past. Swing and miss, 0-1, slider down the middle. He's lined out, popped out, and grounded out 0 for 3 today. And Wellington come through, lays off 1-1. They cannot go without scoring here. These are the situations you're gonna face in the playoffs. 1-1 popped up in foul territory, out of play. 1-2 to Castillo. Leclerc kind of shut the door here with a runner on third. Swung on and missed. They get Castillo. Back-to-back strikeouts from Leclerc. He's now an out away from getting out of this and winning this game and splitting the series. The batter will be Sean Rodriguez. They need a base hit. They're now playing up the middle normally. And Rodriguez looks at a ball, 1-0. This is unfortunate right now. They are stranding the runner for the time being. Leclerc kind of shut the door. Swung on and missed, 1-1. They can't touch him right now. The only thing that's going to beat Leclerc is himself if he allows this run to come in on a wild pitch. 1-1. Ground ball, now 1-2, down to their last strike. Fans cheering on Rodriguez. They need him to come through. Here's the 1-2 from Leclerc. Fouled away, jammed him inside. How did he hang on? I have no idea. Rodriguez has come through clutch against lefty pitching. He's facing a righty here. And Leclerc with the 1-2. Swung on and missed. They've lost this game in the worst way. 4-3, the Rangers take the final 2 of this series and have split it. Oh my goodness, what a terrible way to end that one. They've left the tying run stranded at third. Leclerc got 3 consecutive strikeouts even after the wild pitch. And for the Expos, a tough way to go down late in this game. They had a 3-3 tie all the way through. Well, that sucks. Well, not a good send-off. The Rangers take the final 2 of this series. They have spoiled the party. The Expos did not get their record-breaking 117th win this year. They've got 6 more games left to do it. But unfortunate here. It's a 3-game series with the Red Sox coming up sometime next week. And the Toronto Blue Jays as well will be at Toronto. So we'll look to get one more of those 6, hopefully. But, man, a tough way to end it, 4-3. The Rangers take the finale in extras. So that'll do it for me today. Guys, have a safe Memorial. My God. Come on, RJ, get with it. Have a safe 4th of July weekend. There we go. Oh my goodness, I need to get a drink. But I'll see you guys soon. Next week's going to be a little bit different of a schedule. Don't know when I'll be streaming. Keep an eye on the Twitch schedule. We'll have posted what days I'll actually be on next week. Don't know for sure. I can't tell you exactly when. I don't know just yet. But keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on social media channels, Instagram and Twitter, RJ the DJ. You can search for me on there. And I'll let you know on there what kind of schedule we'll have next week. But until then, signing off. I will see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Take care and be safe out there this weekend. Have a good one.